You can now watch clips from Jewellery Maker on our YouTube channel. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker. If you love classic jewellery, then why not come and join guest designer Gemma Crow on our vintage workshop. Gemma will guide you through various beading and wirework techniques which will inspire you to create timeless designs from a bygone era. The full course includes a selection of wire, a selection of findings and charms, a bead scoop, use of all relevant tools and equipment, a buffet lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studio and a visit to our gemstone museum. All of this for just $69.95. Have a blast from the past and take home some amazing designs. For further information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order for just 50p and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from the genuine gemstone company.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon to you and you, good afternoon to you and you. And you, Mark Smith, it doesn't really work, does it? For those of you who've never met before, very good afternoon to you. I'm Lucy and I'm usually with you in the morning and that's my good morning song, so I thought I'd zhuzh it up a bit and give it the afternoon twist. What do you think, Mr. Ben Gibbs, professional musician? What do you think? I like it. You liked it? Is that sarcasm? No. That's Ben, everybody. We're in the presence of stardom. He's soon to leave us to become the next... Who are you going to be the next, Ben? Obviously, you are a completely original musician. However, if you could follow a type of career like somebody, who would it be?
It would be Bowie, but that's just ridiculous.
David Bowie. I think that's quite inspirational, aspirational, and that's what we're doing this afternoon. Inspirational and aspirational jewellery. Did you like that link there? We have got an amazing afternoon for you, and we're going to do things a little bit differently. So usually it's very much, you know, you're going to learn techniques and you tune in to see the designers, but we're going one step further this afternoon. We really, really, really want you to be a part of the show, and we'd like you to text in. And you can do so using the number 60777. Start your text message JM Studio. And when you text in, you can basically ask Mark any questions. If you'd like to keep it Jewellery Maker based, it's probably, you know, not just what you're having for your tea, what you have for your lunch type thing. He won't have eaten though. Mark doesn't eat until night. It's like a hamster. They just like eat all one big meal in one go. Anyway, so this afternoon is very much about if you're wanting to get, perhaps you're getting ready for the craft fair season. And we have got lots of things in today's show. We've got some amazing price of gift boxes and busts, etc. that are really going to give you that absolutely premium element and that edge of the difference between handmade and homemade to the jewellery that you're selling. So we're going to bring that element to you this afternoon, as well as really doing a workshop feel and lots of questions and answers. Now, lots of you have already been emailing in and texting questions for Mark. We've had some time before the show to go through those, so we've got some already prepared for you. Also, Mark, you had been sent a lot of questions as well, hadn't you?
I have, and I've got my list all ready to go. Well, as you would imagine.
Yes, completely organised. Mark is on the case. Yeah. So lots of questions and varieties of questions about craft fairs, about techniques, a complete mix.
Yeah, well, we thought I wanted to do what we call the sort of the doctor's surgery afternoon, and we thought what better topics to do. So we do craft fairs for half the show. Now that would incorporate finding craft fairs, how you go about looking for craft fairs in your area, stall setup, equipment you need, everything like that sort of thing. And so I brought everything with me, including my earring stand. Now I don't know if you've seen my earring stand.
I have.
But I've been asked quite a few times to bring it in and show completely from start how you make it and how you use it.
Okay.
And then the second half will be the second kit, and that'll be all macrame techniques. Back to basics, nice how we finish, different sort of knots, and a couple of new ones that I'm going to show as well. So it's a bit full on today.
Yeah, we've got a lot to pack in. So the first half of today's show is very much going to focus on, well, we've got lots and lots and lots of bargains for you throughout the show today. But the first half is very much going to focus on a craft fair element, what you need to get yourself started, and just give yourself that professional element. So lots and lots of questions coming in already. If you'd like to text in, please do so to 60777, or you can email in to email to jewellerymaker.com, or you can of course send a message on our Facebook page. Now we're going to start that in probably about 25 minutes or so. So we're going to do a lot of questions and answers, and there will also be some amazing kits and techniques that we can approach at that point as well. Second half of the show, about 3 o'clock onwards, we're going to focus a lot more on macrame and techniques and questions, and lots of products to match. So what do you want to kick start with first off though, Dar? Okay, box number 5. This one, or this one? This one? Now, okay, so Mark, we're going to give this to you for your challenge today. It is so utterly beautiful. Now this is a collection called the Blue Lagoon. We're going to hit you hard with a massive bargain to start today's show. And you've got the most stunning collection of blues and creams and lilac tones, a real feel of summer, ocean, holidays. You've got that absolute feel, and you've got gorgeous shell pearl in here as well. This is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So within this collection you can see that you've got these stunning carved flowers. They're 17mm in diameter. They are absolutely beautiful. 17mm in diameter and a 38cm strand. All of these are 38 centimetres in length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20. Approximately 23 flowers. Now, Mark, am I right in thinking that's going to be a bit of a different look for you? You wouldn't naturally gravitate towards those flowers, would you?
Well, funny you should say that.
Oh.
On the day show, on Tuesday, Ed and I were working, and because it was Dion, she let me choose what I wanted to do. And I was actually gravitated to a purple version of this very same shell flower, and it was stunning. It was an absolute joy to work with. And we incorporated it with some really sparkly hematite and pyrite. It was really nice. So when Helena, it's the first time Helena and I've met today.
And she's lovely. That's Helena, our producer, everybody. She, quite frankly, I told her that she needed to go and put a bin bag on and go and eat some cake, because she's like the supermodel that floats around the place looking amazing.
So Helena said, what would I like to do for my challenge? And I saw those and I thought, that's going to be it.
Fantastic.
No, they're amazing.
Okay, so, well, because obviously Mark and I have known each other for a few years now and worked together a lot, and that's something quite new in the realms of the last week. Fab. Okay, so you're going to get those beautiful flowers. In terms of the round, you've got those gorgeous shell pearls, which are 6mm, and you've got also this white shell, which is 6mm, and then those beautiful 8mm rounds that you can see at that incredible richness of colour and a lovely, a sort of Larimar undertone with markings to it. Are you with me on that? Yeah. I think the way that it's absorbed the colour, it's really highlighted the individual markings that come through. So they're 8mm, and that is in fact a dyed blue quartz. A real holiday feel, isn't it? It's a real Santorini holiday. Now, your code on this is TDGC13. The phone number is 0800 644 655. If you've already shopped with Jenny and Linda this morning, you can add to your order, and it is only one post and packaging price for all of your purchases all day. We're going to make sure you get some incredible deals in today's show. Good luck, everyone. Add this onto your order. Pardon? And what are you going to do it for? Do you know what? So my first time working with producer Helena. I'm liking the style. 0800 644 655. Jump on the phone lines. We're going to take, it would usually be £15.80, which is incredibly competitive already, but every penny back into your pocket, so you can use your Visa and your Mastercard card. You can, of course, also use a PayPal facility, and it's £10.80. Well done, Kate and Sandra, Heather, Pamela, Kathleen, Anne, Maureen, Diane, Jacqueline, Sue, Sheila, Anne-Marie, Lynn, another Sheila. Lots and lots of anonymous people joining me from County Clare and Denbighshire and Kent and Somerset and Berkshire. This is a stunning collection. Now remember, of course, they are all genuine gemstones. This bank holiday weekend, we've got an incredible collection of very high-end looks and a real mixture of lots of different types of pieces to bring to you. We're going to be launching our gemstone connoisseur range tomorrow morning. Oh my word, oh my word, oh my word. Make sure you're joining us for that. And also we've got lots and lots and lots of offers. On Monday we're going to be doing this incredible clearance offer on a bundle that's just, but what's fabulous is there's nothing repeated over this bank holiday weekend. So if you see something that you like, you've got to get it there and then. Well done, Lisa and Zena. Hi, Zena Doll, one of our regulars there. Elaine, Jennifer and Janet and Marion and Tanya and Vanessa, Angela and Hazel, Marion and Norma and Penny, Anne-Marie. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. At £10.80. I know, Mark's looking at me all floored. Patricia, well done, and Charity and Lynn, way over half the opportunity's gone on that now. So at £10.80 for that collection, it is absolutely beautiful. And the fact that it's really usable as well. I know it's probably a really practical, boring thing to say, but do you know what I quite like to bring in the mix? Oh, wowzers. These are absolutely immense. Immense. They are some of the largest pearls we've ever featured on the show, and they're going to be coming up for you a little bit later. I do quite like the idea of perhaps popping that in with the mix on that. So at £10.80, you are going to be getting the quartz, the shell, the carved shell and the shell pearl for £10.80. We're going to have a very busy afternoon this afternoon, so just to remind you again, in about 15 minutes time, we're going to start a big Q&A session with Mark, all about craft fairs and getting to grips with selling your jewellery. And then for the second half of the show, we're going to be almost sort of troubleshooting any macrame elements perhaps you've been struggling with that Mark can answer your questions. So once again, free phone number 0800 644 655, or you can text in live to 60777. Thank you once again for joining us today. Right, that's absolutely gorgeous. I'm a big fan of that. And you know what? Oh, now then. Pearls are for all age ranges, for all seasons, for all price ranges, for all designs, and you've got a stunning strand here that again I think would work really beautifully with that collection that we've just done. It really gives it a pop, doesn't it? Real pop. So I'm going to pop these to one side. £10.80, there's just a couple of those left. We'll move on to these pearls. Now they have got the most amazing tone to them. They're referred to as a shocking pink. I would say that they're a bit more of a fuchsia. I wouldn't have actually called these a shocking pink, because shocking pink almost makes them seem like they're a bit shocking. There's nothing shocking, but there's certainly something wow about them. These with some teal wire look absolutely amazing, with gold wire, with silver wire. They have got a really lovely layer of nacre on them, so you're getting this stunning sheen. People already calling to purchase these. Remember, when you add onto your order, you're only paying one post and packaging price all day. And if you've never ever made a piece of jewellery before in your life, why don't you just get some elastic, restrand them, and make a bracelet? And I'm going to tell you a little something now. Pip, who is on one of our management team, Pip made a pearl bracelet from a £4.95 strand of pearls. It was a strand, it had it valued at £300. Yeah. Helena's like, he didn't give me that bracelet. Pip and Helena are friends. Were friends until that piece of information came out. So I can't guarantee that to be the case, but I can guarantee our pearls are the most amazing value for money. And I think it is really lovely to have an element like this with your pearl collection as well. Perhaps if you are selling your jewellery, it just gives you a different element. They're quite obviously real pearls, but they're not of your expected ivory or white tone. So it gives you a bit of a difference to perhaps the people who are also selling at craft fairs, because undoubtedly you will not be the only jewellery maker that is there. It's a very popular hobby to have, to turn into an income as well. Do you know what? We're going to do these at a clearance price at £6.95. They're real pearls. They're £6.95. They're real pearls. It's worth a punt, isn't it? Yeah, £6.95, and you still got a 30-day money-back guarantee. They are genuine freshwater cultured pearls. They're absolutely outstanding. And Vanessa, Sharon, Amanda, Kate and Cynthia and Carol, Sue and Kaylee, again, lots of anonymous people joining us at £6.95. We are really busy because the bargains are here to be had. It's our bank holiday weekend start to it today, so we've got to keep you enticed for the whole weekend. I'm with you the whole weekend. In fact, I'm with you all the way through till Tuesday. I know. Monday? No, it's not Monday today. What day does it say? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday and Tuesday. You've got me every day.
I'm just thinking, if you just bought that bundle,
yeah,
the turquoise bundle.
Yeah. Is that what, do you want me to finish your sentence for you?
Don't you think?
In the words of Mark. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Colour pop and wow. I think you were actually on the other side of the studio when I suggested that in the first instance, Mark.
Oh no, really?
I've already been there, done that. Yeah. Yeah.
I do apologise.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Just, I'll talk to you later about it. Lily and Fiona. Well done. We're looking at the beautiful, amazing freshwater pearls. Look at the colour. The colour is amazing. Is it hot in here?
Very hot.
I was really thinking that it was me.
No, it's very hot in here.
Yeah. Please may we have it a few degrees cooler. Because I've been looking at myself thinking, did I really put on that much blusher? Woo! Woo! It is hot in here. I'm glad you said that as well.
Yes.
I thought I thought I was having a hot flush. They are amazing. They're absolutely amazing. They're amazing because of the colour, fantastic size, gorgeous quality. JQPO09. Okay, $6.95 on those beauties. Which one would you like to go to, my darling? I've now got, it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. Don't take off your clothes. Don't take off your clothes, Ben. Hang on, how many strands have we got going on here? 5? 5? 5? And really fabulous to go with the turquoise collection we've already brought you, staying again within this sort of beachy, very summery feel, but at the same time, these colours with jet black make a very cocktail party at Christmas, yeah, or sort of Christmas Day colour pop. With simple black dress. These are amazing. Helena, are you a fan of pink? Yeah, I can tell. It's pink-tastic. Little bit, do you know what, dare I say as well, if you've got little girls, and they're making jewellery, I think you've just seen the 80s film Pretty in Pink. I don't know that film. No, I don't know Pretty in Pink. No, I haven't even watched Frozen. I'm a bit behind with the times. It's got the girl from the Breakfast Club in it, has it?
Molly Ringwald.
Pardon?
Molly Ringwald.
I knew you'd know that.
It was one of the, they're called the Brat Pack films.
Yeah, yeah. Right, lovely. Let's crack on with these. It's going to be one of those shows. Make sure you've got your questions coming in. We've got them flying in, folks, on 60777 if you've got questions for Mark today. So 4 strands of shell. So you can see you've got your flat coins at 12mm. You've got the hollow hearts at 14mm. You've got the plain rectangles at 20 by 15 and top drill flat pairs at 20 by 15, and then these gorgeous plain rounds at 6mm. Hello Pete, I was wondering where you were, darling. Here's Pete, everybody. He's arrived in the studio. Oh, he's like, how to describe Pete? He's an enigma. Yeah, I think that's a very polite way. Hello, Pete, darling. Right, ELGC40 is one of our fabulous floor managing team, and he's just arrived in with. Have you spilt something, darling?
No.
You've just arrived in with a big load of paper towels.
It's alright, don't worry.
It's all right. I'm not to worry. Pete saying that there's an issue. What have you spilt?
It's fine. No, it's just grease.
Oh, he's just cleaning up some grease from one of the shipping containers.
Yeah.
Fine. If you receive your tools with grease in, that's because it's they get put in that protective casing when they're being shipped. Right. ELGC40 0800 644 655. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let's do it. ELGC40. Gorgeous colours, fab colours with really strong statements of sizes and yeah. We're not staying there. £9.95, less than £10 for 5 strands. Less than £10, so it's working out at basically £2 a strand. £9.95 for all of these, for all. To be fair, you'd be really hard pushed to find 2 of those strands for that price anywhere else. Really hard pushed. Go on, Mark. You're thinking. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm just wondering, and I don't want to make a fool of myself, but would those little rounds fit into the circle cutouts on those hearts? I'm just looking. It might be slightly too big. I'm not sure.
I think they might be the same. They won't go through at the moment because there's beading thread in the way.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Fantastic.
They'd
Perfect.
fit in there.
Ace.
Gorgeous.
That's what I would do. Easy.
And would you just simply restrand one of those in between?
Yeah. I'd do a necklace, earring, bracelet set, incorporating those just to lift with the bright.
And how much would you start them for?
Oh, earrings would be a £5 each.
Earrings for £5 each. Well, there you go. So earrings. What are you saying? You'd do 2 hearts and 2 of those.
I think so.
So you'd use 4 of those beads, and there's masses of them there, and it would cut, and you'd charge a £5. Quids in 0800 644 655. A very, very good afternoon to all of you. They're amazing, amazing, amazing pinks. If you've just tuned in, this is a phenomenal saving for you at £9.95 for 5 strands of genuine gemstones. Yeah. Okay, let's skedaddle on, and we'll go to. Oh, Pete, I don't know if I've just put those back in the right one. Right. Sorry, darling, which one did you say? Oh, how many of these have we got? Oh. And what price are you going to do them at? Right, just stop everything. If you are currently watching at work, in secret, stop what you're doing. I can say now that this has got to be one of the biggest wow factor prices I've ever done on this quality of labradorite. There's not a cat in anywhere's chance that these should be the price that they're going to. The quality, we're going to do a clearance offer. Now, this is a severe clearance offer that means these will sell out. Make sure you're dialing up right here, right now, using that free phone number at the bottom of your screen. Now, they've got the most incredible schiller, the most incredible labradorescence. That centre one is measuring a huge 3 centimetres by 60 millimetres. The others are 12 by 8. Now, if you trust me, you will be joining me and Sheila and Jacqueline and Sue and Carol and Fiona and Christine and Janice and Jay. You can already see the price on the web and you've confirmed your purchases. We're going to take these. Mark, if I was... They're gonna... Yeah, I've scratched my neck. I know. I scratched it yesterday. I don't even have no idea. Haven't got a clue. Look at those. Do you know what? I'm not even going to ask you. I'm just going to wait for your reaction on this price. Now, the price we're going to do, please don't think it's indicative of worth or value. If anything, the price we're doing would be potentially devaluing it in your mind. We're going to offer you an opportunity, I think, for you to make money. Honestly, because you literally wire wrap one on the top of the, well, 2, or 1, and you turn it into a pendant. I think you get your money back for the whole strand. Honestly, I really do. Just 1, a small one. Honestly. Mark, if you were to make these into simple earrings, how much would you sell the pair of earrings for? And would you do it on 925 sterling
Yes.
silver? So with 925 sterling silver shepherd hooks, with some sterling silver wire,
Yep, briolet wrapped.
briolet wrapped,
£10 a pair.
£10 a pair, you'd make your money back.
On one pair?
Yeah. Right, do you know what, Helena? Just bring that clearance price straight in and let's shock and awe out. Right, scrap that because we're going lower than that. Scrap that, we're going lower than that. They're going to. Obviously, they're going to sell out. Make sure they're selling out to you. I know. So this is an opportunity from us to you to say, go on, knock your socks off, go and make some cash. $8.95. $8.95. Well done, Barbara, Muriel, and Betty, and Jean, and Sue, and Chris, and Susan, and Wendy, and Sarah, and Anne, and Sheila, and Barbara, and Lorraine, and Carol, and Kate, and Marion, and Stuart, and Christine. These obviously are going to sell out because that is obviously a strand that is not usually $8.95. It is a strand that, I know. Mark, you're looking perplexed, and yes, this is below staff cost.
That's what I thought. Well, I was thinking double that price would be an amazing price. $17.95, I think that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and I actually think it's one of these strands that buy more than one of them because you can go. Remember, labradorite doesn't look anywhere near as good on TV as it does in real life. That scratch is really ugly. I have no idea how I did it. No idea. I don't have a cat, no, and I don't even have my bunny rabbit anymore. Fawns. Rest isn't. I don't have a hamster either. No, I have no animals in my house, as far as I'm aware. Maybe I've got a mouse and it's come onto my chest in the middle of the night and scratched me. I didn't go to sleep with that. And I had a big full-on, oh my word, can we have a moment for how cold it's gone? I'm in bed socks and fleece pyjamas.
Can I just say?
Oh, yes, you can.
Can I just say?
Yes.
How amazing your weather reading techniques is. You said on our last show that the weather was going to be changing and it would be 8 degrees. Yesterday morning we got up and the car said 8 degrees.
Well,
so,
you know what?
Well done, you.
Call me Michael Fish.
Yep. Very impressed.
Thank you. Thank you. Just to confirm something, I don't actually read the weather. I know I should. It was a prediction. It was a prediction.
Yep.
One of our managers, Chloe, who is currently carrying the jewellery maker child for us. She thinks it's her and her husband's. We're all going to put a claim on it. Chob. Her husband's called Rob. She's Chloe. Chob. We're going to call it Chobster. Chloe's just called down to say that I need to man up about the weather. I wasn't complaining. I love wearing bed socks and fleece pyjamas under my 13 tog duvet. It's my favourite. It honestly is my favourite thing to do. My 13 tog duvet, it's already out. It's already out. The second that I woke up the other morning and I considered central heating, I haven't put it on yet, but you know when you wake up and you go into the bathroom and it's just a...
Yeah.
It's not cold, but there's just a nip in the air. That is central heating when I go, no, come on now, just put another layer on. Think of the environment. And if you've got a new house, or our house is 1950s, but then we've had a newer extension, and with the building regulations, you go from the extended bit, and it's really toasty warm, and you go into the other bit of the house that's been insulated, and it's like walking into a walk-in freezer. I'm glad I told you my life story. Fleecy pyjamas and bed socks. So if anyone likes to send me a gift, Jenny with a bottle of rum and a watch today, I like bed socks. Okay? I have a huge collection of bed socks. My slipper socks yesterday, though, I'm absolutely devastated. They've been darned within an inch of their life, and they are now no more.
They're your comfort blanket, are they?
Yeah, I've had them for absolutely. I think I probably had them since I was about 11 years old.
I've had a T-shirt that's 23 years old.
Wow.
And it's disgusting. I mean, it's full of holes and it's nearly white, and it was black when I bought it, but I just can't bear.
Wow. That's your comfort blanket.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have a comfort blanket show. You can come in your manky T-shirt and I'll come in my manky socks. Now Chloe's up there taking the mickey out of me, pretending that she's cold. And if everyone checks out their baskets, I'm afraid some of you will miss out, because that's a definite sellout. That's a beauty, an absolute beauty of a strand. Pardon, Dal? I do apologise. I'm not hearing things straight today at all. Are you still hot?
No, I'm quite resplendent now, thank you. That's a very Jane Austen word, isn't it?
Ridiculous is what it is. Resplendent. Have you ever used that word in your life, Ben?
No.
Maybe that could be a new lyric for one of your songs.
Maybe.
Can we challenge you with that? The next song, resplendent into a song, please. We all look forward with bated breath for hearing that song dedicated to Mark Smith. Lovely. Now, oh my word, these are a bit of a wow factor, to say the least. Now, we are going to be starting our questions and answers with Mark imminently, but we had to squeeze this one in. Look. This is, oh my word. This is beautiful. I love the fact that within this one strand, you are getting every single colour of sapphire. Look, you really are getting every single colour of sapphire that you desire. Look at the faceting, look at the sparkle and the clarity on them. Can you see how if you look from one side, we are literally going from those beautiful, almost vintage tones, and then can you see how it changes into those rich cognacs and those beautiful mandarin tones, into the delicate greens, into that very delicate raspberry golden tones. Right, here is rare. This big section here is where basically this is your money section. These are your rarest colours right here, and you've actually got more of them dotted around further on the strand. But if you're looking to this in order to make money, there's your money, because those are incredibly hard to get hold of at the moment. Seriously, I don't believe that just before Christmas we are going to be able to, I will be so surprised if we can do a strand like this with those colours. The others are absolutely beautiful and the others are still rare, but those ones are your money ones. Those are the ones you're thinking, you know what? They're hard to get hold of at the moment. Somebody has texted in to say they are drooling on their keyboard. Right. Hello, Kim, darling. Drooling badly into my keyboard here. Those sapphires stunning. Health and safety. Just grab a tissue, doll. All right? You don't want to get electrocuted or anything like that, yeah? Just grab yourself. Pete's got some excess kitchen paper that he's been walking around with. We'll send it over with your order with these. Now, they are beautiful. They are stunning, aren't they? You need to be getting these. And remember, the prices here at Jewellery Maker are so incredibly wow. Now, if you were to see that restranded elsewhere, what are you thinking? But can you possibly not buy this? So, do you want somebody else to be working with your strand of sapphires? Look at the colour bounding off the desk. This is all about the colour and the quality. They've literally not even been coloured. These have been literally heat treated. So the colour that you're seeing there is naturally present. It's been simply enhanced by literally taking it to an extraordinarily high temperature. I know that we're running late on asking the Q&A for Mark. We are going to be doing that imminently. But how much under, somebody's just said about £80 on these. How much under 80 do you think we can go? How far under £80 do you think we could go for this strand? Now, we have had other sapphire strands, I'm not disputing it, but these really have got the wow factor rare colours in this strand. How much under 80 do you think we can go? Right, first come, first serve. They're going to be a sellout again. Well done, Diane and Sandra, Alice and Cheryl and Carol. You've got a 30-day money-back guarantee on absolutely everything. You could get these valued. Simply restrand it, and there is your wow factor. IFYY73. Loads of you getting it. And for those of you who aren't, do you really want to miss out on that? No? 0800 644 655. Well done to all of you who have got that. If you put it in your basket, don't wait to check it out, because that will be a sellout. And if you're waiting, if you put it in your basket and you haven't checked it out, someone else is going to have it.
What would Alan Partridge say?
Aha! Check your baskets out now.
That's it. Thank you.
Why don't you just stick your hand at my back and I'll be your puppet? love you.
No, you don't. You're being nasty to me today.
I'm not being, on my word, you actually think I'm being nasty.
My next door neighbour came round to me yesterday because the kitten got in their garden, so he kindly brought
little badger,
he kindly caught the kitten back, and he said, so how did Lucy's husband feel about your proposal? And he'd watched the show. Do you remember that I said that I would marry you after 6 weeks, not 6 years? Do you remember? And he came round and said what a smoothie I was.
You are, and I love it. I do love this mum. And Mark, this type of strand, this is the type of strand, because obviously I've seen Mark's incredible, you can't call it a store, he has a transportable boutique, basically. But this is a type of quality, and that...
Give me 2 seconds and I'll show you something.
Oh.
Talking about, you were going to ask me what I would do with them, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll show you exactly what I would do.
Okay.
So these are my £15 a pair earrings.
Okay.
And that's from a strand of blue sapphires.
Oh wow, are they clear quartz in between?
Yeah.
Oh!
And I think I've used 3 or 4 in each.
You've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sapphires in each.
Yep.
With some clear quartz and 925 sterling silver, and they would be £15.
Yeah.
I think
and they
that's
fly out. I think that's a good
incredibly
price.
reasonable.
Yeah. I know.
You're in the money, you're in the money. Yeah, beautiful. Can you see that there? Can you imagine doing that design using that strand? Beautiful. Right, we are now going to move on to the bit that you've all, obviously, you're waiting for the deals. Nothing to see here, Mark. Moving on. It's really good. Sapphires are really strong, and it doesn't matter if you drop them on the floor.
You dropped them?
I'm really sorry. Not on purpose.
Okay.
It wasn't on purpose. Right. Oh my word, you must have been in absolute Mark Smith heaven with this. Oh my word. Oh my word. So, this is what Mark was given for his I was going to call it a challenge, but basically it wasn't a challenge at all. This is what he was sent in order to prepare for today's show. And it really has got variety, it's the spice of life, because you've got a fantastic array of sizes, colours, big sizes, and threading materials as well. So this is the most perfect collection for getting to grips with macrame bracelets by the looks of it.
Yeah, and I set myself a challenge to see what I could make of this kit. And I've managed to make 15 Shambhala bracelets with toggles using no findings at all.
No findings at all?
Nope. Nope.
15 Shambhala style bracelets?
And I had 2 beads left.
Oh my word. Right, okay, hang on. How much would you sell each of those for?
Between £10 and £15.
Worst case scenario, £150. Well, between 10 and 15, what's £12.50 times 15? 30...
190. 180.
180. £187.50 actually, to be precise. £187.50. So what you're seeing there could potentially sell for £187.50. Let's just get something in perspective. Shambhala style bracelets that you're seeing out there, which are, you know, massive at festivals, etc. as well. How many of them are genuine gemstones that you're seeing out there? Very few. These are genuine gemstones. They've got that added extra to them, and they're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. And your materials are literally threading materials and gemstones, and you've got it all here. So the only thing that you need outside of what you're about to buy today is the creativity or the know-how, and that's why Mark's here, because we're going to give you that right now. You're going to buy everything all in one go. Now, maybe you've never made a piece of jewellery before in your life. I would highly recommend you either pop onto YouTube and have a look at some of our macrame workshops on there, but what I'd really recommend are the tutorials workshop DVDs. Okay, so Mark's got a range of DVDs available through our Jewellery Maker website, and they're the macrame DVDs, and I would say just start off with any of the DVDs because they tend to not necessarily follow on from each other. They are brilliant for standing alone, so you don't necessarily have to have seen the one beforehand. And I would say get yourself a DVD, but this is flying out already. Congratulations. So in terms of your threading materials, you've got satin cords and you've got black, and I'm going to show you the colours because you've got the black here, they're all 1 mil, grapefruit, lemon, light gold, pearl white and umber. Aren't they beautiful? Gorgeous, really gorgeous. Really gorgeous. So you're going to get 10 metres on each of those. So that's 40 metres of cord, 60 metres, apologies, of cord there. Then the hemp cords, you've got the natural tones, and then you've got that fabulous colour variety in there as well. Children on school holidays, I tell you, even my 1.5-year-old is threading beads. And the sense of achievement is absolutely adorable to see. So it's something you can do together. 0800 644 655. So they are your hemp cords there. Satin cords and hemp cords. In terms of the gemstones that you're getting, wow variety, a real amazing collection, amazing variety of shape and size. So first off, let's start with these light blue agates. They are so beautiful. That are 10 millimeters, 220 carats, and they've actually been very delicately faceted as well, so you get even more of a sparkle. Can you see that? On every one you're going to get approximately 94 facets done by hand on each bead. It's crazy, isn't it? And that's a full 38 centimetre strand, 220 carats. Your next size up are the pre-nights, which have got these beautiful inclusions within them as well, which gives you this gorgeous natural visual texture to them, and they are 12 millimetre rounds and they're 400 carats. Now I actually think these are some of the largest pre-nights that we've seen in a long time. You've then working our way up to the pomegranate quartzite. Oh my word, that colour is incredible. It's really juicy, and they're 14 millimetres. The pink quartzite are also 14 millimetres, and all of these strands are 38 centimetres in length. And then the big chunky wow factor that honestly, I honestly believe you'd be hard pushed to buy the whole collection for the price that this whole, yeah. You'd be hard pushed to buy this single strand for the price we're going to do the whole collection for. Lucy, teeth. Okay. This is Rainbow Obsidian. It's got the big wow factor, and I know for a fact that you'd have been incredibly wowed by that one.
That was amazing. And they're really amazing quality as well, because you've got purples, greens, blues, all sorts. It's just stunning. Absolutely stunning.
They are extraordinary. So it's really hard to show them in the studio. They look very sort of black in showing them to you on screen here, but honestly you get the most amazing deep mysterious tones, and when you'll see them in different light, take them out in daylight, they look a little bit different again, and then they'll sort of gravitate towards, if you put a certain satin cord with it, you'll just go, oh yeah, that's the one, and they just look amazing together. And you're looking here at 16 millimeters in diameter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strands. Five strands of genuine gemstones, satin cords and hemp cords. At 16 millimeters and 14 millimeters, 10 millimeters, 12 and 10. They have all got the wow factor, and they're very usable as well. Plain rounds, we don't have enough plain rounds. Plain rounds, when you get your free booklet and your free DVD with your first purchase, a lot of the techniques are based around plain rounds, and I think this is an absolutely brilliant collection for those of you who are starting out for the first time. We're going to do something incredible for the first collection that Mark's used in today's show. Are you ready? If you were to buy it all individually off our very own website, it would come to an incredibly competitive, honestly price compare, at £48 and 5 pence. We're not staying there today. We're going to take more than £20 off the price. So £24.95, that's 5 strands of big gemstones, real gemstones, all your hemp cord, all your satin cord, and we're going to go over and see how Mark has used it. Now at this point in the show, we're also going to be firing a lot of questions at Mark.
Be nice. Can I quickly just add something about this kit? The reason that I asked for hemp to be put in, because I wanted to be able to use all of the beads. Now, apart from the pre-night, which I had to use the white hemp, all of the satin went through every single drill hole.
Did it really?
Easily.
Wow, and they're all 1 mil?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, fab.
Yeah.
Fab, 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 fab. Okay, so I'm going to bring this over to you.
They are the largest pre-night I've ever had. I've never
They're
had 12 mil
amazing.
before.
They're absolutely incredible. So, Mark, wow. We're looking here, because for those people who perhaps have only just tuned in for the first time, you sell your jewellery. You're not just making it and just appearing here on the show, but you are actively selling and you have a business.
Well, I started off selling before I became so engrossed with the whole jewellery maker side of things. That was what I did, and it was a way of getting over back problems. Most of us have health issues, and jewellery was a way of getting through that. And as most of our viewers know, some of the messages and emails that we get, some amazing, inspiring stories. And so it's just escalated, and now my time is solely split. I don't have time for a home life at the moment. It's jewellery maker or craft fairs and jewellery parties, and I just love everything about it. It's amazing. I've had so many hobbies over the years, and 3 years is the longest ever. And it's as though
and it's not a hobby now. It's totally your life and your income.
It's just as though I've started the whole jewellery thing again. You never get tired of it. Absolutely never. It's the products, without a doubt, and the staff we work with. Got that in.
Yeah, thanks for that. So, talk us through then, Mark. So you got given this.
Yes.
And where did you start? Where does the mind of Mark start? And we will get these questions all starting to fire in.
That's fine. It was to do with colour. So I took all the beads off the strands. I put the beads together.
I'm so sorry. Someone is just texting to say what? They're laughing their socks off at something. We've been sent in a message. Is it just me, but does Ben look like William Shakespeare now?
Is it because I'm receding?
Is it because he's receding? He's asked Irene. Lovely. I'm glad. Thank you for your question. I don't know. Anyone else text in? What do you think? Does Ben look like William Shakespeare?
Or someone more handsome?
Or someone more handsome, he said. Right, anyway, the brief interlude. So
I took all the beads off the strands.
Yeah.
I colour coordinated beads that I thought would go together. And once I'd done that, I then brought in the colour of the wax cord, the satin cord, and then jiggled everything around again and came up with the colour schemes that I've got. And what I've tried to do is every single bracelet is different. Whether it's a different colour combination, it's a different knot, it's a mixture of knots, it's a play on a knot. So every single one of them is completely different, and they've all got the toggles.
So they've all got slider knots and
Yep.
toggles.
Yep. I haven't made Shambhala bracelets for ages because we've been moving on to micro macrame and the Cavendoli and all that sort of thing. So it's really nice to go back to basics.
I've got questions about the Cavendoli technique and things as well coming in.
Okay.
Wow. So, producer Helena, darling, where would we like to start? We're going to bombard Mark with questions, or we're going to see a technique first?
We could do both. I've got 2 questions around a technique.
Then go for it, because you've also been sent, so this is an opportunity for you now, live, to send in loads of questions for Mark, but you have already been sent some on the build-up to the show, because people knew it was happening. So what questions you've been sent directly?
Okay, well the first one is from Tanya, who is one of our regular workshop goers.
Hi, Tanya.
She's been to most of them. And Tanya wanted to know how to do the twist knot, which is one of the basic knots. And I'm a bit annoyed, because Tanya learnt that on my workshop.
Oh, Tanya!
I think just a refresh.
I don't think annoyed is the right word. He's perhaps perturbed.
Anyway, so we're going to start with the lazy strand. Now, because we're doing a slider clasp, okay, it's got to be, the lazy strand has got to be the length of the board, top and bottom, plus at least 6 inches. So what I do normally is just twice the length of the board. Okay, and then you're sure that you've got enough. Okay.
And that's a small board.
This is I use the small one. Yeah.
Okay.
We've used the other one on the next project. We're using wire, So you'll see and the same board in action again. Okay. So the best way that I've found to attach our cords is you start from, let's do it properly. We start with the gauge side. Okay. So we take one of our ends, again about 6 inches, we pop it over the top of our board, we bring it back to the front in the adjacent slot, we feed it underneath the long tail, and we pop that in the original slot.
So you don't have to knot, but it's secure.
Because when it's attached top and bottom, you need to be able to strum it like a guitar string, so it's quite firm. Okay, so we're going to pop on just a couple of beads to get going. I thought we'd use this red one. And so as you can see, they go straight through so easily.
Wow, so you don't even have to put any nail varnish or anything?
I have cut the ends to a point.
Okay.
Which is a little tip. If the ends of your cord, whichever cord you're using, starts to fray, don't just take a little nibble off the top, which I've seen a lot of people do on workshops, because the fray just stays there. Okay, you've got enough cord here, so just cut back an inch.
You can do this with scissors as well.
You can do this with scissors.
So you don't actually need any tools for this.
No, not at all. Absolutely. Right. Okay, so you just make a nice little diagonal point, and that'll enable your beads to go on straight through. And again, when we attach it at the bottom, exactly the same way. So it's through the slot, back up through the adjacent slot, feed it underneath your lazy, and then back in the original slot. And that's really nice and taut. Okay, so twist knot is one of the 2 basics. There's a square and the twist. There's actually only 6 knots in the whole of macrame, but it's just a combination of how you use them that brings a piece of jewellery together at the end.
Okay.
So the working strand for a straightforward macrame bracelet I tend to do is fingertip to fingertip, which for me is 6 foot 2 inches. So it just depends on your height. But between 5 and 6 feet, you will have a lot left over to do little, because you need a little extra to make your slider clasp as well. So about between 5 and 6 feet. Okay, so to start, we take our cord underneath our lazy, bring the 2 ends meet at the top, so we've got the same length. We're going to do the left-hand side first. So we do our letter D with our right-left cord horizontally across the lazy, and then we take our right cord, drop it over the horizontal. Now at the moment it's down in this bottom right-hand corner, and we need to get it to the top left. And to do this, we go underneath, under the 2 diagonally across, and then we take it up. Now to do a square knot, you would do exactly the same, but on the right-hand side. Left, right, left, right. A left and a right is a knot. Okay, we're going to do the twist. So you decide to stay on one side. I'm going to stay on the left here, and you just repeat the same side. So after 5 or 6 of that same knot, and with satin, it looks stunning because the twist really comes along quickly. Okay, you can really see it starting to form.
And this is a question from Tanya.
This is from Tanya.
Okay.
Okay, so you can already see the helix start to form.
Mark, just whilst you're doing that, Helena is producing right now, and we have got a huge quantity of these available. About a third of the stock's gone already. It's not going quick enough. They're dripping in and out. So there you go. Price has just been reduced for everybody who's just confirmed their purchase. Congratulations, another couple of pounds back in your pocket. And now you're looking at a £25 saving on getting it using the code at the top of your screen. This is for today only. VBGC92, a £25 saving using that code, giving it to you today for just £22.95. But that is literally your show offer today. That is never going to be available again. It's your offer right here, right now, with a 30-day money-back guarantee at £22.95. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Make sure you're checking out your baskets, folks.
Okay, so as you can see, we've got the twist forming already.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Okay, so to incorporate a bead, all we simply do is we pop a bead up to the top so it cushions against your last knot. And then what I've done on the bracelets that you're looking at there, I've done either 3 or 5 knots in between. So 1, we'll do 5 on this one, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now can you see, when we've caged the bead, this annoys me, is that it's not sitting flat. You've got the cord coming around at an angle. Okay, so to remedy this, all we do is we take the right-hand cord, we pass it underneath the lazy, and we just flip over once. That straightens it out.
Oh wow! What
so we go. So we go to do the next one. Let's do another 5. So 1, 2. You see it starting to fold over already.
Yeah.
This, as I said, that would annoy me because I would like it to sit nice and flat. If you're doing the square knot, it would sit completely flat, but because the cord wants to twist, you can see the edge. So all you do is you take, so you've done your 5 knots, you take the right cord, feed it underneath, flip both cords over, and it's sitting nice and flat. And you get this nice meandering S all the way through it.
Really lovely. Fab. Now we did say we were going to address lots of craft fair questions as well in this first half. So have you had any specific to you, directly to you, that we can address for craft fairs, or do you want to start on our list?
Could we do the craft fairy bits with the second kit?
Yeah.
Would that be all right? Because I've got some more macrame questions. Would that be all right?
Yes, of course, yeah.
So another question that I get asked, sorry.
No, go on, go on.
Okay, is how we finish with a sliding clasp. Okay. Which I've used on all of the bracelets there. Okay, so we just pop that round so it's sitting nice and flat. Okay, so once you've got to your length of your macrame bracelet, always you can make sure that you have the same amount of knots either end. And you're wondering why I leave a gap here is because we don't want to have beads underneath the wrist clonking all the time. Okay, so gluing. Now I think we've got an offer on glue coming up later on.
We have.
Brilliant. I'm so
We've got an amazing offer on glue. In fact, should we do that imminently? We're going to do that offer on glue, and it will be a massive sellout. It's brilliant because it is the precision tip glue as well. But we've still got some of these available at $22.95 for the whole collection. And I honestly, if you're getting children involved in jewellery making, because the loom band bracelet, obviously loom band jewellery has gone absolutely huge. I think the next stage is start incorporating beads. Macrame is the way to do it, and I think this is a must-have. So $22.95. We'll do the offer on the glue now, and then we're going to see it in action. So you're going to get 4 lots. Now you can never have too much, but this is the precision nib. So this is perfect for jewellery making. Perfect, because you can get right in there with your fine detailing work. I heard Linda this morning actually when I was watching the show at home referring to, pop a little bit of glue for security under beads, etc. as well. We've got so many of you putting this into your baskets, and if you want more than one of this offer, I'm not telling you to buy it and sell it on per tube on a very well-known auction website and make a lot of money, but hey, you could buy these and then sell them on a very well-known auction website and make a lot of money, because you can buy this elsewhere. So we know the price of this is going to be extraordinarily competitive. It'll be a sellout offer. It should be $11.80 jewellery maker prices. We're doing $8.95 for all 4 tubes.
Wow.
I think it's fair to say that's selling itself. And at $8.95 for all 4, oh my word. And your post and packaging, you don't pay that $2.95 on each item, on each code. You pay it once, all day. Amazing. That will be a sellout. Hold the line. If you've got it in your baskets, check your baskets out, folks. That will definitely be a sellout.
Wow.
$8.95. It's going to go in the next few moments. It's got an offer coming up on satin cord design in a moment. So,
that's
okay,
amazing.
so moving on to the glue. With this design
this is the best thing I've ever.
This is the glue.
This is the only thing that I used apart from the kit.
Okay.
That was it, the entire. So that's why I had to make sure that we had the glue on, because it's just the best. As you said, the really good thing with this glue is that precision tip, and it does have a little pin, which you can't see very well, in the needle, in the top here.
nib.
If you do have your helping hands at home on your workstation, use it to put the nib back in at midnight, which is the time I've normally been finishing this week. It's quite difficult to find the nozzle again, but it's fantastic. So what we're going to do...
The glue offer has sold out.
Wow, I'm not surprised. It's amazing stuff. And what we're going to do, the mistake that people make that I tend to find on workshops is they pop a little bit of glue where the cord comes out on the left and when the cord comes out on the right. As soon as they've cut it, it comes unravelled. Okay. So what we're trying to teach the people to do on workshops now is you fill that last little 1 and 2 wells on both sides.
And it dries completely clear, even on the satin cords.
Thank you. So we flip it over and we do exactly the same on the other side. Okay.
So if you've just tuned in, or if you tuned in earlier, we are addressing macrame questions now. We're going to do craft fair later on in the show. So we're addressing any macrame issues at this part of the show, and we'll do craft fair issues later on in the show.
Okay, so what I would do then is just cut that off, leaving a couple of inches, so you don't get your lazy and your working mixed up. And then ideally, I would make a big batch and then leave them overnight and come back the following morning.
So
and
leave them
finish
overnight to dry.
Yeah, it's always the best. But so we'll pretend that that's dried. So we're going to do a sliding clasp. Now that you have a little piece left from when you did your working, which you're going to use as your sliding. Okay.
We've had another question about
Yep.
the sliding knot as well, actually,
Yep.
because we are about to address it now. But the question come in says, when I use large beads, they tend to drag the sliding knot open. Also, my macrame unravels even when glued. Please help. Well, Joanna, hopefully, what Mark's just suggested with where you put the glue will help that issue.
Yes.
But larger beads with sliding knot, heavier beads.
When I use the large beads, they tend to drag the sliding knot open. That's because now this is what I'm going to address.
Brilliant. Okay, Joanna, let's have a look.
Yeah. Okay. So to do our sliding clasp, we take our two ends of our working strand, of which you have at least 6 inches, because we know the length top and bottom to put over our macrame board. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold them opposite directions as though you're making a sliding knot, funnily enough. And we're going to attach the 2 cords that you've got in your left hand to the number 2 slot. And we're going to put the other 2 strands in your right hand directly across into the number 2 slot, funnily enough. Okay. So you want your work to be hanging on the inside with a diagonal point. Now that is now going to become your lazy strand. Okay. So we just tilt it so it's straight in front of us. We take our piece of cord that we had left over from our working, we feed it underneath the 2 cords. Now it doesn't matter anywhere along those 2 pieces, you can now do this knot. You need at least 1 inch, okay? So it's straightforward square knot.
And obviously you'd have a complete bracelet. This is just a few.
Yeah, this is, yeah, absolutely.
A short version.
Yeah, so we're going to do the right hand side, and then we do the left, and then the right. Okay, so we'll just keep going.
How many do you think you'd do?
Off the knots?
Yeah.
8.
8.
8 square knots is roughly 1 inch, yeah.
Okay.
But we'll do 6. We'll do 3 for now, so that's 6 half knots. Okay, so you'd have your inch and a bit, okay? Take it off the board. You will have lots of different strands and things coming around. Okay, at this point you will need to negotiate which are your working and which one are your lasers. So they're going to be my working, and what we do is we pull so it all gathers up together. Okay, so that would be your sliding knot. Before you do anything else, pop on your toggles on the end of your beads on the end of your toggles. So we'll take a couple of the red beads. I normally have mine suspended 1.5 inches, 2 inches. So we just thread one on, tie a knot underneath. Okay, bring that down to that point, and then replicate it on the other side so they're the same length. Okay, and again just do a single overhand knot. Okay, make sure they're the same. I did go at this with a ruler, I have to say. Okay, just make sure they're the same length. Okay, pull that nice and tight, and then we can cut off the ends of our toggles, leaving about 1 centimetre just for a bit of decor. If you wanted to, you could go in with your bead reamer or awl and spray it, so it looks like a tassel. So it's nice, makes a nice little tassel. Okay, so this is where we start. This is where we get back to gluing again. Okay, so if you look at it ahead of you, if you pull the side furthest away until the toggle, that won't go any further now because of the toggle. Okay, so we go back in with our glue, which has leaked everywhere, so I didn't put the top on. Okay. Okay, so we go back in and we do exactly the same thing as we did with our original piece of macrame. So we fill the first 2 wells.
So do you think this is where Joanna's going wrong?
Could be. This probably isn't tight enough.
Right.
Originally. Okay. And just make sure you fill that first section there with glue, flip it over, and do the second section. Okay. Now you probably noticed that if we left that to set, it would dry, attaching itself to that working strand.
Yeah.
And you won't be able to slide the toggle. So what we have to do is holding that with the glue away from you, as you pull the toggle. Now, after 10 times doing this, that sounds really silly, but honestly I'm telling the truth, with the friction that's going on between the 2 pieces of satin, the temperature builds up in there and the glue sets quickly.
Oh.
Okay. So after 10 times pulling backwards and forwards like so, it's already starting to get a bit tough. Okay. Now if we didn't do this, the glue would set to that strand, and we won't be able to open it.
Okay.
Okay. So the fact that we're basically having the glue set. We're having the glue set around the knot rather than onto the working strand. So after 10 times, you can then just put that to one side.
And leave it to dry.
Let it all dry completely, and then you can go in and cut all the ends off.
Fab.
Okay, and then so every single one of those on there, I did exactly the same way, and they all open, they all slide.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Open,
okay. And so remember, using this kit that's just $22.95 now, because we reduce it even more. Using the code at the top of your screen, you're getting a £25 saving for today only. Today only. Get the offer. You've got 30-day money-back guarantee. Some people are buying more than one of these as well. Okay, so let's troubleshoot some more issues as well, some more questions. Okay, another question's come in. Thank you very much to Hazel in Surrey. Hi all. Hello doll. May I ask how to secure beading thread in a shambhala if threading beads with a small hole? And that's from Hazel. Thanks in advance.
Okay, so if you're using beading thread as your lazy strand in effect, then I would revert to the slider clasp, not the slider clasp, the toggle extender lobster claw. I've got there in the end. Because otherwise you'll have metal beading thread toggles, dangles. I mean, there's nothing stopping you doing that.
So you'd use the ribbon cord ends?
Yes, if you're using the
with
beading
the
thread.
extender, and they usually have either an S clasp or a bolt ring clasp.
Right, and a little tip that Sarah Elvin has shown us before, that when you're doing, so you have your lazy strand of beading thread with all your beading, you can use any material as your working strand, so it doesn't matter what you use. At the top, when you started, because you've joined your first piece of material at the top, there's no ends. So at this end, there's going to be just beading thread.
Yeah.
Now, if you attach that to a lobster claw, the first time you wear it, it's going to slip out, however hard you squish it. So Sarah's recommended, and it's a really good idea, it works really well, is put 3 or 4 crimp beads on that naked beading thread at the top, squish them flat, and then attach your clasp.
And then put your ribbon cord ends on, because then it gives it something to...
Yeah. The other end, so you would turn it round, and you'd have your beading thread lazy, and you'd have your working strand. So for example, using the satin cord, you don't have to put crimps on the beading thread, because you'd incorporate your 2 strands of cord into the lobster clasp with the beading thread. Okay, so it'd be beading thread at one end, beading thread and your working material with no crimps on the other end, and then just attach. You could attach a normal toggle clasp to that. You don't have to have the extender, as long as you've got something to clamp on to the beading thread too.
Thank you. Okay, next question. And this is coming in from Wendy. Hello darling, how do you make the bracelets with the cords on the side and the round beads inside?
How do you make the bracelets with the cord on the sides and round beads inside?
Do you mean, which one do you mean, Wendy?
How do you make the bracelets with the cord on the sides? Oh, I know. It's the, yes. Right, I will do that. I know exactly what we're talking about. It's the wraparound that Drew and I did on the Gents DVD.
Okay.
I can do that quickly. Okay, could you find me some beading thread?
Yeah,
I think there might be a reel under there. So, you take
colour preference?
No, it doesn't matter. No. So, you've got your strand, and this has basically got to be probably twice the length around the wrist, and double it over so you've got a double, so you've got a channel going in between the two. Okay. First thing we need to do is we'll do a button knot. So we just tie a straightforward knot in the top, like so. Not too big, just big enough that it will take your beads that you're going to put through the centre. So let's use the blue ones for now. So we know that the blue is going to go through and it'll hold it nice and secure. So we attach that. I'm going to use a pin. Okay, so we just attach that at the top. Now I think it was either you or Vicky took the mickey out of me with my little rhymes. Was it you or Vicky?
I don't think it was me. I would never take
inside, outside in, outside in, outside in. No, that wasn't you?
Yeah, it was.
It was, I thought so. So we separate our two strands.
I wasn't taking the mickey, I'm totally with you. I create little rhymes to them, and so then you get into a rhythm of it.
Get into a rhythm, absolutely. So you open out the 2 working strands and you make a little channel down the centre and attach them to the bottom of your board. Okay. Then take your piece of beading thread. This needs to be quite a lot, so I'll probably say again fingertip to fingertip. Okay. We thread the beading thread underneath both cords. Okay, so catch it nice and tight, and we're going to just do a couple of square knots. So I'm going to cut some of this off, but you get the picture. Okay, of how long it's got to be. So we'll tie a square knot at the top, and all this does, it secures the beading thread to your channel. Okay, so 1, 2. When you're doing this at home, make sure that your first macrame knot with the beading thread is right up against the knot at the top. Okay, and now we can start incorporating our beads. So we take a bead, let's use one of the blue ones. We take the left hand cord and we thread the bead on. And then we take the right hand cord and we thread the bead on, like so. So it's gone opposite directions through the bead. So we just let that sit on the top. And we go inside out. So we take the left hand thread inside out. We take this side inside out. And then what this does is the bead will then sit nicely into that channel. Okay? So we take our next bead, left hand thread through one direction, right hand cord through the other. Place it in the channel, like so. Inside out. Inside out, and again that's sitting in the channel. So we'll do one more. So take our bead in one direction on the left bead, right hand cord through in the opposite direction, have the bead sitting on the channel, inside out, inside out. Okay, and then just keep going until you get to the length of your bead of your bracelet you want. And when you get to the bottom, we do exactly the same as we did at the top. So we do a couple of square knots to secure it. So pretend you get that nice V formation at the top and the bottom as well. Okay, so just make sure that's nice and tight. 1, 2. Okay, like so. And then what I do is I do a simple overhand, I think that's called a surgeon's knot. So so it's a single knot once, twice, okay? And then pull nice and tight, okay? And then all I do then, that's embedded in there now, you can't feel it scratching. And then what I do then is I go right into the inside and cut the beading thread off, like so. And then at the end, either pop one of your beads on, because we know the beads are going to go through through the drill holes, or just simply tie a double button knot, one on top of the other, like so, and then that will then be fed through your clasp at the other end. But I would probably put a bead on, so just feed on one, a bead on one of your cords, and then tie a knot underneath, and then use that as your button knot.
Gorgeous, Wendy. Hopefully that answered your question there, my lovely. Okay, more questions? Have you got somebody a moment to go? I'm thinking then we can just fire through as many as possible.
Let's have a look. Slip knot, we've got twist double, we've done all that. Twist knot, all the others are workrooms and things.
Okay,
macrame rings.
We'll be addressing workrooms and craft fairs, etc.
Packing for craft fairs. Now, insurance requests. This is what I've been asked for quite a lot of times since on the shows that I've been on. Unfortunately, I can't give out names of companies and things. So if the viewers go onto my Facebook page, Orbital Designs, before I left to come here this morning, I actually put 2 links on my Facebook page for you to have a look at. One is the insurance brokers I use, just to have a little look and have a feel and see what the quotes are. There's no obligation on any of on the website. And the other link I've put on is an amazing site called Stall Holder, which I've been on for 3 years now. And for a nominal fee, I think I'm paying £17 at the moment. It's a way of putting your market stall and advertising it, and it's a way of looking at other people's adverts for craft stalls. And there's a really nice little thing that you can pop on your postcode. You can put how many miles you want to travel from your postcode, so if you put in 15 miles, and it brings up a list of all the craft fairs and all the stall holders that are going to be at those events, date by date by date. I'd like to do that just as a punter to find out where they all are. It's fantastic. It really is amazing. And that's how I've been getting a lot of my craft fairs, because people are having an event, they go on, they put 10-mile radius, all of our businesses come on with pictures of our work, where we're based, what we do, what our genre is, and then they contact you via email or your mobile number. And I found, specifically with craft fairs, once you're in. It's difficult to get in, and especially, I don't know if jewellery makers been a good thing for craft holders, because I've had so many stories that craft fairs are just full with jewellery makers now. But we'll touch on that a bit later because there is another avenue.
There's lots and lots of different avenues for selling your jewellery. So in terms of macrame, let's get back to that one. We're here with the questions, and this one's coming from Kristen. Hello, darling. Hi, Mark and Lucy. Really enjoying your show. How can I use chips and nuggets in macrame as the holes are usually too small for cord? Best wishes from Chris.
Beading thread. You can use absolutely any material you like. You can use garden string, you can use scrunched up bin liners, you can use absolutely anything as your working strand. But your macrame is dictated by the size of the drill hole. So I've just done a range for a commission using rubies, actually. The Gems of Distinction rubies, which as we all know, the holes are so tiny. So I use 0.4 wire if it will go through, or beading thread. And again, we touched on the subject earlier about using, you can actually put on a toggle clasp either end. And when we show you how to, in the Get Started booklet, I believe, how to attach a toggle clasp, just using beading thread through a crimp, folding it back through, attaching a toggle. So that would be the way to go. And our beading thread is so strong; it's fantastic stuff. But so use beading thread for chips. Chips is amazing as well. We use chip macrame on the workshop, and it also features on the Chips and Nugget DVD as well, macrame. So so don't be put off by the size of the drill hole, but use your beading thread.
Use the beading thread. Fab. Yeah. Another one come in, and this has come in from Catherine. Hello, darling. Mark, how would I close a macrame ring? We think that is.
Okay.
And actually, that has been another question that we were emailed in the other day. A lady was saying she keeps using crimp beads and it's just not happening for her. So how would you finish off a macrame ring? Okay,
well, it is brute force, I thought. What I tend to do is when I've finished, I take either ends of your beading thread through in opposite directions and crimp. And if you don't crimp hard enough, I mean, I'm really, really strong, so I can really, really crimp down hard. But one thing I've discovered from reading these couple of emails that I've had this week is once you thread the beading thread through in opposite directions, bring it back through over the top of the crimp,
and back through
again, and pull really tight, and the beading thread will sit flush on top of the crimp, which is still open. And then when you then close it, there's nowhere for the beading thread to go because it's been wrapped round twice, and you don't get a loop of beading thread over the top of your crimp once you've squished it. So in opposite directions, and then back through over the top, back through in the opposite directions again. So in effect, you have 4 beading threads going through the crimp and 2 above on the top, and then give it a squidge then, and then that will hold it really, really tight.
Great.
Nowhere for that to
Thank
go.
you.
So
okay.
That'll do
Next
the job.
question. Have you got another one there? We're just loading some in.
Let's have a look. Do a gent sliding knot. I must stop calling it a gent sliding knot. But it's something that me and your husband did on the DVD. So this is the...
There's nothing gentlemanly about these two together, I can tell you that.
We've had some lovely review comments about me and your husband on that DVD, can I say?
Yes, I know.
Yes. So this is the slip knot, which again we cover on the workshop, and I think we briefly do it on the DVD. It's always best to see it live. So I'm going to probably show it face on. That'll probably be the easiest way to do it. So we can imagine we've got a big chunky agate or something in the middle, and this is going to be a watch face bracelet or a choker necklace for a chap. So 1 bead on, knot either end, and we need to make a sliding knot. So what we do is we take both ends and we fold them opposite directions, exactly the same way as we did with the sliding clasp earlier. If you can, make sure you've got equal lengths either side, like so, okay? So drop it, take it halfway along in your left hand, okay? Now I always do the right hand side first, so you can take the right hand tail, fold it over, so you've made a little loop. So in effect now, if I can hold that, you've got 3 pieces of material all on top of each other, 1, 2, 3, okay? Take it off and put it in your right hand, okay? And take the little tail. Now it doesn't matter whether you go towards you or away from you, I've always gone away from you. So you take the little tail and you fold it over, back into your left hand, and then just continue to wrap with that little tail at least 3 times over the loop and your first piece of material, okay? So when your tail then is reduced by about 1 inch and you've got at least 3 coils on the top, take the little tail and push it through the original loop you made. Keep hold of everything in your left hand, but take the little tail in your right and pull. And at the moment, that doesn't look like anything, it just looks a mess, okay?
Yeah, it does.
At this point, let go of the little tail, go back to the beginning of the knot, still keeping everything tight in your left hand, and it will all concertina up.
Oh wow.
Okay, or concertina. Keep going, don't worry about pulling it too tight. As you can see, we've got a really nice little knot that will slide backwards and forwards. Okay. So shall I do the other side?
Yes, please, because this is probably the most requested that we've had in today. So if you're thinking, oh, they haven't shown any text, we've had so many requesting the same thing, and I think we've covered everything that's been asked. We've just got a couple more minutes on this if there's any last minute questions that you've got from Mark regarding macrame, and then we'll talk about selling your jewellery and setting yourself up, etc. later on in the show.
So the easiest way I found it is if you just turn the whole thing 180 degrees and do exactly the same as you did on this side. Okay, so we've got our tail, fold it over to make a loop. Okay, you've got it in your left hand at the moment. We're going to swap it into the right. So swap it into our right, take the tail away from you once, flip back into your left hand, and with this tail, wrap round at least 2 or 3 times. Okay, and when your tail gets to about 1 inch in length, pop it back through your loop that you've made. Keep everything holding your left hand, but pull with the little tail on the right. It gets to the messy stage. Let go of the right, go to the start of the knot, and concertina everything up nice and neatly. Okay, do the same there. So you've got a nice little knot. Okay, and you've got the sliding knot either side. And that is it. Very, very simple. And as if you're making gents jewellery with leather, just 1 bead, make a really nice little bracelet.
Or a necklace as well, very sort of surfer, which is one of the, perhaps the little wooden beads that we've got with that look.
Yeah, so you join the knots together and then you just slide it open and close.
Really simple, and because you don't need any findings for it, it also becomes incredibly cost effective, and you also don't need any tools. Now I've been inundated with, can you do an offer on threading materials? We put this together, this offer for you. Again, it's for today's show only, okay? Literally right here, right now, only. And you're going to get 10 meters of each colour, okay? They're on slightly different, they're going to come to you in slightly different forms, but you're going to get 10 meters of each colour that you're seeing here. And dare I say, a little bit of a Christmassy feel going on. Bit of a Moroccan-y feel as well. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I think the white satin cord that's in here as well, that's one of our quickest selling because it just goes with all your pale blues and your pale pinks, and I think it's incredibly easy to wear. Interestingly enough as well, I have completely by accident put my macrame bracelet with white satin cord in the wash. Yes, it was in the pocket of a pair of trousers. And I'm quite glad I did, because it's come out looking very sparkly white. I think it had a little bit of Charlie's jam or something from his toast on it at some point. So, oh 0800 644 655. VNGC40. Satin Sunrise is the name of this collection. Do you know what? I need to say very little about it because it's flying out already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different colours. 10 meters of each colour. The code VNGC40. Orange, yellow, burgundy, ivory, grapefruit, umber, olive. And it should be £13.70. Again, offer for today's show only, VNGC40. We're going to take it to £7.95. £7.95 for 80 metres. Working out at pretty much, you can safely say 10p a metre, can't you? I know. 10 pence a metre of satin cord. And we know places that it's
60p a metre.
60p a metre, it's quite average. Well done Patricia and Debbie, lots of anonymous people, and Caroline and Mona and Michelle and Lisa and Jane. Lots and lots and lots of our very regular shoppers there. And the warmest of welcome to all of you who are brand new. Once again, you'll get a free DVD and a booklet with your first purchase. You've got a 30-day money-back guarantee on absolutely everything that you see here at Jewellery Maker, and only one post and packaging price. And we have had a couple more questions in about macrame, so let's take a little look at these. We're going to be answering questions regarding setting yourselves up as a business later on in the show. Hi Lizzie and Mark. Hello Anita lovely. I've made a herringbone macrame bracelet. How can I turn it into a round pendant, please? Thank you from Anita in Liverpool.
Herringbone macrame bracelet. How can I turn it into a round pendant?
As in, do you want to join up the ends? So is that what we're thinking there?
Could be.
I suppose it would very much depend on the material that you've used.
Yeah.
Would it?
I mean, what I recommend doing is if you've made you've got your herringbone section, as long as you've left enough lazy strand at the top and bottom, all you need to do is bring the top of the bracelet over, so you've got that round form in front of you. Attach both laces, which are now at the bottom, if that makes sense. Attach those to your board, and if those two pieces of working that you still have left from the bottom of your bracelet continue with your piece of macrame.
So basically double it over.
Yeah, I think so. So you've got. Do you remember we did that little bracelet with the beads inside?
Yeah, you did the
sort
little
of
scalloped all the way around.
So is that the same sort of thing?
Okay.
So undo it from the top, bring it over. So the two laces are in effect now one lacy, and you have your bracelet looking like a round pendant.
Yeah.
And then with your working strands, macrame over the two laces now instead of the single one that you would have had at the bottom of the bracelet.
Lovely. Okay, so hopefully that helped. And then another one has come in as well. And this has come in from Michelle. Hello, lovely. Hi, Mark. If doing a macrame bracelet in wire, how would you finish it off, please?
Okay, what I would do, I love wire. Shall I show you the one I've got coming up?
Yes, please.
This is in the next project, which we've got coming up. Which is just lovely.
Oh my word.
I know. I just couldn't resist it. It's just beautiful.
That is stunning.
Absolutely, I just love that. Now this is a triple shambhala which features on the Macrame Projects DVD using satin, I believe. On the Day in the Wedding, the bridal macrame DVD, we feature this from start to finish using wire. But all I've done is, as you can see on here, I've started with macrame, I've done 2 or 3 knots, and then I've made the bracelet all the way around, and then at the bottom I've macrameed as well. Now with all of the strands that you have left, what I've done, I want to be left with 1 strand going through the middle. Now this would have had 5, so all I've done is I've taken each of the other 4 strands, wrapped once completely around the base and cut it off. So I've done that with all 4 wires, which left 1. And then all I've done then is I've made a rosary link at the top, pop the clasp on, close the link, and then I've done exactly the same. So you've got 5 strands, you want to be left with 1. So of the 4, you wrap around the base, cut them off, crimp them in with your flat nose pliers, so you only have 1 strand left, and then do your rosary link at the end, or your wrap loop. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, lovely. And that's a really lovely finish. And then to be putting the big metal clasp on as well is stunning. That is beautiful. Now that's going to be coming up as a big feature in our second collection in probably in about half an hour's time-ish or so. Now then, I've just had another little bundle arrive at the side of me. Very beautifully done, delicately done there, Helena. Thank you very much. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt. Can I just mention these little bobbins that our cords are coming on now? When you are making macrame bracelets or using kumihimo, leave it on the bobbins. It just makes it so much easier. So if you're doing it with kumihimo, if you can, feed the strand out without undoing this casing, and you can, so it's, in effect it's like a kumihimo bobbin, so you've got those ready. And with macrame, all you need to do is keep it on the bobbin and just feed it through your cords rather than have 20 feet of cords flying around and that sort of thing. So these are the best thing ever, I think. I hope we're all going to get them on cards at one point.
And it's $7.95 for the set. That's amazing. Okay, we've got another collection here, and I know you are a massive fan of our new wax cord. This features 3 lots of our brand new wax cord, and again they are on the bobbins, and then we've also got, do you know what, it's all the wax cord, it's just 3 of them are on bobbins. This is beautiful quality. You're going to get 60 meters in total. Now the ones that you're going to get on the cards are 1 mil, and then the ones that you're going to get on the little bobbins are 0.6. And you've got the cream wax, the dark green. Oh, sorry, bear with me a second. I'll do the ones on the boards first of all. So on these bobbins, first of all, you've got the red, the light green, and the dark green. And then with the 0.6, you've got the cream, you've got the silver, and then you've got the gold. Cream, silver and gold. Aren't they beautiful? Now these are wax cords that are very different actually from our other ones. For me, they don't look as waxy.
As shiny. No,
they're not as shiny. Right. They almost look like a muted, a sort of a waxed hemp.
That's right. That's a good way of explaining it actually. I love our wax cord. It's my favourite, I think.
Why is it your favourite?
I just love it. I think because even though it isn't organic, it looks organic.
Yeah.
It's stuck somewhere in the middle between the hemp and the satin cord.
Yeah, yeah.
And do they look more masculine?
I don't think so. I think they sort of...
The texture, I think, is more of a masculine texture.
Opposed to the satin? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I thought you were meaning compared to our other wax cord. No, I think compared to the satin, definitely more of a masculine look. So you're going to get 60 metres here, 10 metres of each colour on each of these, and it should be £10 at 20. So it's 1 mil thickness on the cardboard, and then on the little bobbins they're 0.6, okay? KWGC75 is the code. We're doing this for £6.95, but you're going to have to be really, really quick off the mark on this because we've got less stock of this than we did with the satin. The code on this one is KWGC75, and again, if you add that onto your order, it's only £1 post and packaging price all day.
Imagining that with that
Pretty nice with the dark green. Beautiful. This pre-night collection lovely, with the quartzites and the agates and the obsidian and all the hemp cords, only £22.95 today. So £6.95 on that. Well done, Tanya and Sheila and Lynn and Mona and Kathleen and Cheryl and Joan and Vanessa and Rosalind and loads of people. We've had a couple more questions before we go to a break about macrame. So let's have a little look at this. Hi Mark, what size wire can you use for macrame?
Well, I've managed to go up to 0.8. And I can just manage it, but for me 0.6 is, and that's what I've used on the bracelet that we showed earlier. It's my favourite. If you haven't done it before, I would definitely recommend using 0.4 just to start. Just because of how malleable it is to be able to do your knots. And just as a tiny little tip, because I've been doing a lot of wire recently, because I'm making lots of bracelets for Christmas fairs, I start to get in little tiny blisters forming on the inside of my fingers, that first little section there. So what I've been doing is just putting a basic strip of plaster that you cut off the reel on the little crevices in your fingers there, because in time it does hurt after a while. So just a little tip, just a little bit of sticking plaster on the first knuckle joint on both fingers, because that's where you seem to pull, as you can see from my fingers, that's where you're pulling, and it's really helped. I mean, I've been doing wire all week and you wouldn't notice, just putting a bit of plaster. Right. So prevention is fantastic. Yeah, so start with 0.4 first of all. You can use any gauge as your lazy strand as long as it'll go through the bead. So I tend to use 1 mil as my lazy and then 0.6 as my working, and I think you get a really nice heavy duty structured bangle then. And you can make your own clasp with 1 mil as well. Yeah. And hammer it if you've got a hammer and block at home. So gorgeous. I love them. I love making wire bangles. So hopefully that helps with your wire question. And then one more before we go to a break. And this one is from Michelle. Hey Lucy, Mark, loving the show. I've spent money that I really shouldn't really, but these deals are so great. Mark, how do you set a cabochon in macrame? Now that's not a quick question. Funny you should say that. I'm going to be showing you how to make it later.
Oh, my word. Michelle, something like this? Oh, wow. So we'll address that later on in the show. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That incorporates, obviously, wire with macrame and encasing a cabochon. So we are going to go to a short break. When we come back, we'll be brewing up for our next lot of questions, which is about setting up as a business and craft fairs, etc. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you on the other side of this.
If you miss a Jewellery Maker show, then simply go to our YouTube page where you'll be able to find hours of Jewellery Maker footage. Search by show, date or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with Jewellery Maker.
Jewellery Makers, if you're a Freeview viewer, you can now continue to watch the show live by switching over to channel 64. Our brand new 24-hour channel is available to the majority of homes in the UK, so grab your remote now to make sure you don't miss a thing.
Tune into The Late Show on Sunday the 24th of August for our Myths and Legends show. Join presenter Ali and guest designer Mark as they focus on the history of gemstones and tell some of the legendary stories that surround some of the world's most precious gems.
Did you know you can purchase incredible jewellery featuring genuine gemstones on our sister channel Gems? Come along and see what treasures you can find.
Okay, we're going to really now brew up for getting geared for craft fairs. And yeah, cup of tea. Cup of coffee, Mark. Hey, where is he? Where is Pete? Do you know, I think he's scared of me because whenever I work on this show, he's never here. Honestly, he just disappears. I think it is me. Is he allergic? Or is he scared? Or, yeah. Pete! Oi! Pete! Ryan, will you just call Pete? Pete! Hey! Ryan's whistling for Pete. We still don't know where he is. He'll appear in about half an hour going, hello. Pete's our floor manager. He's gone missing again. Right, okay, so here we are now going to be bringing an amazing opportunity to you with a few different of these coming out throughout the show. This is the only white display bust we have in today's show. Okay, so these are the professional display busts. We're going to go to such an incredibly competitive price, but we're not just going to do that. We're also going to bring you these amazing boxes. Now, have you had a look at the price of gift boxes elsewhere? These are fabulous. If you have a look at the back here, you've got this little, oh, they're already going. There's a little elastic tag, and that just means that you can pop some longer style chains. Quite a lot of our designers use like a little drawing pin or something as well that can just pop in the back there. So you can draw your necklace back and hold it in there. It says measuring 22 by 18 centimetres each. Ben, our director, was just saying that's also really handy when you're photographing jewellery. So if you are going to be photographing and selling on a website, it's a brilliant backdrop. Also, I've said it before, I've got a couple of these on my dressing table. I put my own jewellery on these because otherwise I never use it. I never wear it because it's stuck in a drawer. So they're really lovely actually to have a few of these on your dressing table. But if you're going to be doing craft fairs, if you're going to be selling your jewellery, it's an absolute must-have essential purchase. Now have a look around elsewhere. We are going to go to the most incredibly competitive price. We haven't been able to find anywhere that can beat us. The only way that we think you'd be able to come close to this price if you were to buy about 100 in one go, and then that really drives the price down for you. Remember, it's only £1 in packaging price for all of your purchases all day. So that's your leatherette bust, and it's the smaller one of the of our collection. We've got a medium and a large in black velvet coming up later. So that's coming up, that's now in this collection. Then you've also got the large and the small gift box. These are so beautiful and they come to you flat. Let me show you the ribbon on this. So you open it up. This is absolutely genius, okay? Because it comes like this. Do you know what? They're also really lovely. A friend of mine does flower arranging, and she puts little dinky vases in there and then puts the ribbon. She actually ties the ribbon around that bit. How lovely is that? Have you seen those cards that you can get sent with fresh flowers and things? Now they do come completely flat pack, so it'll come to you like that, okay? Now for a box, a gift box like this, I have been to a very well-known card shop that sells one pretty much identical to this, and it was £3.95 for the gift box. I know, they're expensive. They are expensive. So it comes to you flat, then you just assemble it and you push it down, and then you can tie the ribbon around the top. The small one does exactly the same. So undo the little ribbon, and it's going to come to you again completely flat pack like that. So you just pop it out, you push the centre of it just down, pop that goes on there, and then you can tie your ribbon up. Now Mark, as somebody who sells jewellery, how important is the gift box, etc. side of things?
That's more important than anything, I think, because you want your customer to leave wanting to come back. You don't want them to leave and think, oh, I'm not going to go there again. So to give everyone that added extra of having packaging available. Now, most of the viewers know who have seen us having these chats before. I always give whatever piece of jewellery I sell a complimentary organza bag. Okay. If they want something a bit more special, then we can then go up to the velvet bags that we've had on the show over the past couple of months, which is a nominal fee per bag. And then, especially at Christmas time, when all the gents are scurrying around a week before Christmas.
I think, yeah. But just even for anybody who's busy out there, if you can offer gift wrapping facility.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my goodness, there's a very well-known department store that I purposely go to buy most of my Christmas presents now, because when you are there, they will say, and would you like them gift wrap? And you send them away and you pay a certain amount per piece and they do it all for you. Oh my word.
I could do it for you for nothing.
Yeah, that will happen this year.
I love wrapping.
Believe me, I love it. Last year I had a very little baby.
You did, yes.
Yes. Well, no, the year before, actually. He wasn't so little this year. No,
what I really like about this particular designer box is you can actually take out that ribbon and replace it with the organza ribbon from your stash and colour coordinate the contents with the packaging on the outside as well.
And maybe just a little bit of tissue paper or something inside.
Right.
So you're going to be getting these. Do you know what? These are effectively a free gift with the bus, which is also reduced in price. PYGC06. Let's get you some amazing bargains in your baskets today. Scrap £11.35. I know. For everything, and I actually don't believe we've ever done the bust any lower, and you're getting these as well today, £7.95. I've certainly never presented that bust any lower than £7.95, and you're also going to be getting these 2 gift boxes. 0800 644 655. Congratulations. Now we've got people seriously bulk buying. If you want 20 of these, if you want 5, 10, 20, 40, 50 of them, we can send everything to you for only one postage and packaging price all day. So you can have 50 of this offer sent to you, 20 of the kit, 10 of the findings packs we've got coming up, 40 of the white, £2.95 to have it all delivered to your door. Well done, Deirdre and Tanya, Sheila, Donna, Leslie, Jenny, John, Jill, Marion, Marianne, Cherry, Linda. We're really going into the area of trade. We're doing some trade show offers here for you. We're getting you geared up for selling and making money for yourself. Really getting you geared up in the trade. 0800 644 655. Your offer. Hello, Pete. Where have you been?
Did I miss anything?
Did you miss anything? Well, we missed you.
Oh, okay.
Where have you been, Pete?
I've been sorting out the late show.
You've been sorting out the late show. What were you doing, Pete? Just having a little look.
Just having a chat.
Just having a chat?
Sorting them out for tonight.
Sorting out the late show. The late show is in the hands of Pete. 0800 644 655. I love Pete. Pete,
What?
love you. We've got matching water today.
Oh, okay.
Does the back of the bus have that little thing?
Yes, it does, and I told you about that before. I've already told all the viewers.
Today?
Yes.
No, you haven't, have you?
I swear on my life I have.
Why am I not listening to you
Because
today?
you're rude.
That's twice now.
I know.
I do apologise.
That's fine. I think you were over
I was
there
organising,
doing something. Yeah. £7.95, doing what you do best, organising. I love it. If ever you need anything organising, Mark Smith is the man to do it. Do you like finding paperwork?
No, actually.
No, I don't either, which is why my office is an absolute tip at the moment. But
I'm good at my accounts and invoices and stuff
Yeah,
like
no,
that. I'm alright like
yeah.
that, but
actual filing of it, can't. Right, anyway, that's a life story, fabulous. 0800 644 645 £7.95, and I think it's just great. If I definitely get more than one. If you're going to be just selling them on a craft fair, that's going to look very lonely. And if you're going to have a suite of jewellery, I definitely would get at least. I probably would go for 3, because with displays you should always go for odd numbers. It's better on the eye. Same with your Shambhala bracelets, and it's a feng shui thing as well. So very rarely group, you know, like if you're grouping candles at home, don't ever group in even numbers, always group in odd. There you are, good feng shui. Are you agreeing with me there, Mark?
no, yeah, completely.
Smiling?
No, absolutely, completely.
Right, where should we go to next then? Am I right? Thank you for that. Box number 15, otherwise known as 15. Right, oh my word. We need to buy these for our studio. because they are going missing all the time. This is brilliant. It's a ring display stand, but also it's actually great for popping your tiaras on. You can balance a tiara beautifully, and you can balance hair combs on here as well. Okay, you're also going to get these satin gift bags. Look at the colours of those.
I sell those for
transported to a Balinese market. Beautiful.
I sell those for £1, £1.50 each.
£1, £1.50 each.
Yeah.
How much are you going to do the whole collection for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you sell them for £1, why don't we say £1.25 each? Just for so if you go £1, £1.50. What makes you decide whether it's a £1 or £1.50 bag?
Well, I have them on the stall.
Yeah.
And if somebody wants, if it's for themselves, they don't mind having an organza bag. But if it's for a gift, you can offer them. They can all say no. Have a basket of them on with a little price label on. They tend to go up as well. Or you could say, if I'm R-ing over a piece of jewellery, you can say, well, if you buy that, I'll give you this free. Because you're the boss behind that. I think
that's a really good point. You are the boss when you're doing your craft fairs. Right. You're going to get 6 of these, and you're going to get the ring stand as well. Remember, you can never have too many of these. Well done to those of you. Again, serious bulk buying going on here. One post and packaging price all day, £6.95 for the ring stand and the satin bags. Oh my goodness, we are doing trade show offers. Good morning. It's blatantly the middle of the night, isn't it? It's not, it's the afternoon. It's 2:45. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. £6.95 for the 6 bags and the ring stand. 0800 644 655. I'm using that code because these codes are only valid for during the show. That's it. So today's offer only. So £6.95. Do you actually keep the offers going till 9 o'clock the following morning on the Designer Inspiration Show? Midnight. Till midnight, folks. Come midnight, nil and void. That code will be nil and void. 0800 644 655, £6.95. Gorgeous colours there. We're going to move on. Okay, I would really like to do Speedy Gonzales, because these are going to go really, really, oh, they're so beautiful. Look at these beautiful pearls. Trade offer on pearls now, folks. Trade offer on pearls. You've got the light yellow, you've got this beautiful champagne. Oh, hang on a second. You are having a laugh. Hang on. I want these. I seriously want them. They're amazing. These are ready to go for your, either you can, basically they're half drilled, so you can put them in the centre of a design. You can literally glue something on and then you pop them in the centre of a brooch. You can put them in the middle of a pendant. You can make stud earrings. They are half drilled pearls. Oh my word, I love them. Oh my word, they're amazing. They're 12 by 9mm pearls. They're 12 millimetres and 9mm in depth, 12 millimetres in its diameter. And they're half drilled. So literally, you'd put either, you know our earring backs are stud earrings with a little drop on the bottom, earring posts. You can literally cut the ball off, put the earring post through there, and you've got the butterfly belt ready to go. Have you made many pairs of stud earrings, Mark? No.
Because they've been too expensive for me to buy.
Because of the wonderful things he does.
You could probably answer me, why would I have paid twice as much money for a half-drilled pearl than a full-drilled pearl? It's always bothered me. Okay. They're just too expensive for me to buy, up until now, I'm assuming.
Yeah, because we're now stocking them, so it's all changed and you can now start making stud earrings.
Yeah. Brilliant.
And also, I think something like this, when it's flush on the back and you've got a half drill as well, you've got scope for wire wrapping onto a clip-on as well.
Oh, yes.
My nan struggles desperately to get earrings. I think there's a certain generation as well, or some friends of mine have had their ears pierced and then they've just not got on with having a piercing. They've had to let them heal up and now they search high and low for clip-ons. I don't know if we've got any clip-on findings on the website at the moment. Have a look. If not, I know they're coming in. So these are amazing. So you've got those two huge pearls, and they're big pearls. These are collectible in their own right. The price for this whole collection is amazing. You've then got champagne colour pearls, and the champagne are side drilled baroque pearls 7x5 up to an 8x6. The light purple are a 7x6, and the turquoise are a 7x5. So absolutely, look at that collection. Look at that collection. VIGC39, free phone number 0800 644 655. Beautiful colours, gorgeous layers of nacre. Wait till your price comes in. You'll be blown away because these were only ever going to be. We're going to go even lower than that. Trade offers, folks, trade offers. Remember, you're getting 3 strands of genuine freshwater culture pearls. $11.95 for the 3 strands of pearls and those 2 huge whopping half drilled ready for stud earrings pearls. $11.95 for all of you. Could sell the pair of earrings for more than that. Have we now transformed you into the world of the stud earrings, yes. Mark?
Well, can you answer that? What's the reasoning behind it?
Oh, we've never stopped them here before.
Sorry? No, but in general, on other websites, they seem to be twice the price of full drilled beads. I suppose it's more work drilling in and then stopping, and I don't know why. It's always bothered me. That's why I've never done them, because it's just not good value for money for me to buy them.
Elsewhere. Obviously here it is. Yeah. And $11.95 now. We've got less than 10 of that offer left now. Gutted, I totally want that. Right, another trade offer. Which one? Okay, Pete. Here he is. This is Pete, everybody. This is the MIA Pete. Thanks, darling.
MIA?
He's always missing in action.
Ah.
How are you, Pete?
I'm alright.
What have you been eating, Pete?
What have I been eating?
Yeah.
Rat for breakfast.
Yeah. There's a bit of
rat. Did he say?
Rat.
A
Not
rat.
rat.
Oh.
That wasn't that, by the way.
Lovely. Right, my favourite, my absolute favourite. This is the larger one because I wear a lot of long style necklaces. Let me show you this. I need a white background. There you are. I need to show you on a lighter background, basically. Do you think maybe I could just have a whiter background here for a moment, please, Director Ben? You're going to have to make one. Make a lighter background. If you don't have any, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I'll tell you what we'll do. Could I have the whiteboard back again, Pete, now you've cleared it off of wrap? Thank you, darling.
Have we got time for a refreshment, do we think?
Have we got time for a refreshment? Mark would like a coffee, darling. I would like a cup of tea. And if you can just put some lobster and caviar on the side, that would be much appreciated, thanks. Right then. So here we go. You're looking at a really beautiful bust. And once again, with the, okay, on the back of here, I've got a white background behind me. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, that's purposely so you can see this. Thank you. So have a look on the back here. Again, you've got this really useful little elastic band. That means you can just trap your very long style necklaces behind, okay? Look, doesn't that? Now, if you go and you see somewhere with a tablecloth on a table and jewellery laid out flat, or you go and you see on busts and they're all priced the same. So if you were to see the same jewellery on a flat table or same jewellery on these busts, same price on each, which ones are you more likely to gravitate towards? The ones that, good answer, that's the right answer. Yeah, the ones that, well, you do, don't you? It's like if you go into a really beautiful looking boutique and everything's in there is at rock bottom prices, you're more likely to buy it from there than a shop where you know everything's rock bottom low prices and it looks a bit naff. You know what I mean? Your setting can really set the standard for people being in the mood to buy. And I think something on that setting, priced at, say you restranded this and you sold it for $29.95, this pearl strand, I think you're more likely to buy it at $29.95 like this than you are to buy it from laid down flat on a tablecloth. That's not to say people aren't going to buy it, but that's the psychology of buying. You want it to be in a nice atmosphere, don't you? So the code is POGC25 0800 644 655. This is measuring, have I got a measurement on this one, please? And whilst we're finding the measurement on that one, let me show you the boxes again. Now this is the other colourway, so we had the black box with the white ribbon. These are the white boxes with the black ribbon. And again, they're going to be an amazing little free gift for you on this one, but you can make a lot of money once again on this. They're very, 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 very classy. 0800 644 655. POGC25. Right. Tell you what, I'm going to measure this for you here. That's 33.5 centimetres high and 19 centimetres at its widest point, okay? So I'll show you that with the background again for you. Okay, and you're going to get these boxes for free. Are you ready? We're going to do, again, trade offer, folks. Trade offer, trade offer, trade offer prices. Trade offer, scrap that. We're not staying there. 0800 644 655. They're incredibly low prices anyway, but we're going to take this to an extraordinary low price. I can tell you now, at $9.95, have a look if you're buying them in bulks of 100 at a time. Or if you're buying it, quite typically is to buy these in bulks of 30. So there are suppliers that we go to that's to get your pieces that are selling to various different boutiques around the country. You know, when you go to craft fairs or you go to big exhibition halls where you've got all professional people there that are selling perhaps directly from the trade to you, and they've got these, they're displaying their pieces, you typically buy them in 30 at a time. $9.95 per item, and of course you get those boxes there as well, is incredibly competitive trade prices. POGC25 will be annoying a lot of people today by doing these so low because they just can't compete. 0800 644 655. And again, if you want more than one of these, definitely get more than one, because that's going to look very lonely, isn't it? It's going to look lonely. This is the large size. We have got the medium size coming up for you as well. $9.95, 0800 644 655. POGC25. Now, in a few minutes' time, we are going to be moving back over to Mark, and we are going to be talking questions about the about craft fairs, setting yourself up, getting organised, establishing public liability, etc, etc, etc. So really getting in the head of selling your jewellery. That's coming up for you. So we're going to move on to, which one would you like to do, Helena, darling? They're not big or anything. They're huge. They're absolutely incredible. If I pop these up to my neckline. Do I, darling? Helena says I look regal with these on. It's amazing what a strand of pearls can do. I'd look more regal if I didn't have a big fat scratch down my neck. Honestly, I haven't got a clue. Don't recall doing it. And you've hidden it for me, thank you then. Okay, so the code is RAP059. Now they are completely natural. Completely, totally and utterly natural. Oh my word. Do you know what you could pay for one of these elsewhere? So they go from a 13 by 11 up to a 15 by 13. This is impressively large. They are huge. Now, the larger a pearl, the more you'd expect the price to be, because the longer it's taken to grow. For each millimetre, you're looking at anywhere between 1 to 3 years for each layer of nacre to grow. They're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. You've got some incredible natural pearlescence. Now, most of our pearls have gone through a dyeing process or a colouring process or a heat treatment in some way. These are completely, totally and utterly natural, and therefore they could command some amazing high prices on the open market. We have had someone's question whether these are real. Yes! They're absolutely real pearls. They're completely natural, and they're nugget pearls. So they're slightly more flush on one side. Somebody has just bought 5 of these. That's what, yeah, go for it. I think they'd make great cufflinks. Really fab cufflinks. 0800 644 655. Now, interestingly enough, we have a couple of anonymous people who have bulk bought these with a vengeance. Are you buying to sell on? Good for you. There's none of our branding on there at all. Just even a simple chunky. You see, with that, don't you think that looks gorgeous? I'd put a big chunky toggle clasp on that. It's massive wedding season. We've got 2 weddings this weekend. Not in one day, no. I can't. Unfortunately, I can't go to the daytimes because I'm here, but I'll be going to the evening. Tomorrow and Monday. Yeah, I know, very exciting. Steph, one of the presenters here, gets married on Monday. To Lance, yes. Who did? You know, oh yes, of course. Now, for those of you, Late Show Lance, who used to have his own little spot on the Late Show in the evening, he's getting married on Monday. You know, he used to talk about his very lovely lady, Steph. That's who he's getting married to. I know, it's exciting. He is a really, really great guy, and she's a really great girl, and we're really excited. So they're getting married on Monday. Right, RAP059. 1995. That's amazing. How about just a few on a hair comb as well? Very bridal. Oh, beautiful. Maybe the centre of a brooch. I actually think these are big enough to soutache around. That's how impressively large they are. 0800 644 655. Mark, aren't they stunning? They're absolutely huge.
Is Frankie up on there? Guest designer Frankie?
No, she's not.
Oh, that's surprising.
I know, because with her steampunk jewellery, these
she
are
loves
massive,
big pearls.
Yeah.
No, they're
necklace
incredible,
she made
aren't
for
they?
me has got amazing big pearls in it. Yeah.
No, they're amazing.
She's obviously not watching because she blatantly would have bought these.
Yeah.
At 1995, less than £20. RAP059. Do you know what? Can I just say as well? Can Pete hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh. I was totally going to take the mickey out of him. I can see what's going on through there, and he's been making me and Mark a cup of tea and a cup of coffee, and he is just, he's a picture of delicateness, isn't he, RP? Is that his? I've got to watch what I say because he might spit in my tea in a minute, won't he? He's lovely. Oh, just love his little booze. Thanks, Pete. You're a legend. I really appreciate it. I totally would make one myself, but I am doing some live telly malarkey. Thank you very, very, very much indeed. Thank you. Oh, I tell you what. That is a look. You went. Yeah, I know. That is a cracking brew. Oh yeah, thank you very much indeed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So at 1995, and just when life couldn't get any better, I am in the midst of a celebrity. Kerry is in the studio and she's going to be in Company magazine. Is it the 4th of September? The 5th of September, folks. 5th of September, Kerry will be making her magazine debut at 1995 on those. Right. Should we do the designer inspiration-ness now? Okay, so we're going to move on to this next kit. Oh my word, wow. So did you tune in earlier and did you see that incredible cabochon that was wire wrapped with macrame to encase it? That was done using this kit. You know that bracelet, that incredible bracelet that had all those amazing lies all around it? That was made from this kit. The code is QVGC09. Amazing. Just have a look at the contents of this very briefly. Quick overview. Falling in love with it? Oh, wait till you see it. Can I take it over to Mark? Okay, because to see the kit like that, oh yeah, it's some beads and it's some wire, it's some cabochon, so what? You have a look at it here and you go, ah. Now, we are also going to be addressing lots more of your questions in this section of the show. We're going to focus in on setting yourself up as a business and doing craft fairs, etc. So, oh my word, Mark, this is beautiful. Look at these designs. Look at these designs. They are incredibly elegant. Everything that Mark has used in terms of gemstones and wire, you're going to get in this collection. Why is it called Love Don't Live Here Anymore? Have you named it?
I did. I was feeling really maudlin at the time, and
did you feel unloved?
yeah, I don't go down that route again.
Love don't live here.
That's what it was. That's what it was, and I just thought of that straight away. I could have gone down. I could have gone down the 1920s Downton thing, but I thought
you could have also called it Badger.
Yeah, but no, I thought Love Don't Live Here Anymore. It's quite apt, I thought.
Oh. I think I want to change the name of it, Mark. Okay. I think I feel moral and a bit, because that, love lives here. Hello. Love lifts us up where we belong.
I'm really dubious with the demo.
All you need is love.
Because I've never demoed it before, and I'm really wary that it's not going to work, but I'm praying. I think it'll be all right.
Right, well, we'll see what happens with this one. Look at this. Oh, that is amazing. So this is one we're referring to a little earlier in the show. Isn't that gorgeous? The sparkle that comes off these. This is breathtaking. So Mark, you have literally created your own rosary chain using the wire. And this is Mark, who was, until quite recently, quite scared of wire. It's fair to say.
I have put in a request to, not in September but October, do a designer inspiration on rosary link jewellery, because I just love it. I'm addicted to it. It's just so therapeutic.
Yeah.
It's just, amazing.
And I think you get to see the fruit of your labours quite quickly, and you get to see something very, very beautiful very quickly. And then these absolutely amazing earrings. Again, using macrame. Look at the facets on those. So let's have a look at the contents of this kit. You're going to get 40 metres of 0.4 wire. Sorry, 0.6. No, you're not. I'm lying. I'm totally lying. You're going to be getting 20 metres of 0.4 and 20 metres of 0.6, okay? 20 metres of 0.4 and 20 metres of 0.6. So, Mark, where have you used the 0.4 and where have you used the 0.6?
0.6 I've used as the
framing on the cabochon.
The framing on the cabochon and the lazy strands on the bracelet.
Okay.
And there's also a lazy strand going through the earrings as well.
Okay, so all your lazy strands are the 0.6.
Yes. Yep.
And then your rosary links.
0.4.
And then the actual macrame detailing.
0.4, and on the bracelet is
0.4, and around the bracelet 0.4. Great, okay. So you're going to get all of those reels, so you're going to get 40 metres in total. You're then going to get these stunning cabochons. So you must have a cabochon left.
No, only one. You've just pinched mine.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
You get one. That put me in my place, didn't it? You've stolen mine. You've got the this is a beautiful cabochon. 40 by 30 millimetres. It is incredibly elegant, that beautiful marquee shape. And that setting for it is beautiful. So we are going to look and learn how to make this setting. And Mark's really excited about doing it.
I'm really nervous.
You didn't have it. It's just, you weren't told. You could do whatever you want. You set yourself up.
Thanks for that.
Do you know what? I sort of hope that it goes wrong, just because then it proves that even though you're on TV, you are human and things don't happen perfectly every time they do it. And I think that'll be really nice for our viewers to realise. Don't you?
I can't believe you said that.
I mean it in the nicest possible way. So basically, if
fail to prepare, prepare to fail.
Oh, all right, then.
And I've prepared, so it's not going to fail. It's going to work perfectly.
You said it. Now the gemstones are amazing. You've got black, beautiful agates, and they are faceted rounds at 6 millimetres and faceted rounds at 10 mil. They're stunning, aren't they?
I love this collection. Look at that picture. It was gone, but no, it's just beautiful.
And the black rotated quartz, that is so totally and utterly you. Yeah. Am I right in thinking that you've actually taken out all the dark ones of your strand, just chosen the light ones to use in that bracelet? I know him so well.
It would have been the other way around, but I didn't have enough dark ones, so I used all the light ones instead.
So you've actually, even though you've made these incredibly gemstone heavy pieces, you've got loads left over.
Yeah, masses.
Amazing. And then you've got these. There's no denying it, they are like little eyes.
They're ace. Yeah. What I did have, I had all those little bees turned around in the right direction, but I think you've moved some of them with your looking at it.
I've moved it by looking at it. Did you just say...
You picked it up earlier, didn't you, and twiddled with it, and you've turned all the eyes in opposite directions. They were all formula. See, look, it doesn't look right now. Sorry.
Shall I go home? Shall I just go home? Now the code is UVGC09. I do want to... Can somebody rename this kit, please? Because that's making me feel truly depressed. Love don't live here anymore. Scrap that. Let's have... Can somebody text in a new name for this kit, please? Thank you. OVGC09. So your 4 strands of stunning gemstones, 4 lots of wire, and the cabochon. What price are you going to do, Helena? Yes, scrap that.
Gosh.
We want to make sure it all sells out by taking it to rock bottom. Trade price of $19.95. That's 4 lots of wire, the cabochon, and those 4 strands of stunning, genuine gemstones. It's like you're paying £5 a strand and you get everything else for free. You just need, that obviously is going to be a massive sellout. I know. It's good, isn't it?
Wow. We've got 0.4 and 0.6 wire, our most asked for wire.
Yeah? Yep. 0800 644 655.
Debbie's bought 3. NJ, New Jersey, would that be?
Yeah.
Gosh.
0800 644 655. Yeah, somebody's bought 3.
Wow.
Most people bought by. $19.95. Right, Mark Macrame Smith. We have got loads of questions coming in regarding all craft fairs, and so we've been inundated. Get your text messages coming in. We're going to do a demo now. I know I've been taking the mickey, but seriously, our designers do go wrong all the time. So if you go wrong, that's fine. The kit has sold out. It is absolutely sold out. We've got other bargains coming up for you in just a moment. But so this is something that you've never demoed on air before?
No.
Okay.
But I think I'm prepared. Look, it's all prepared.
I don't see that there's going to be an issue.
No, I don't. Okay, right.
As much as I've taken the mickey out of it, it's only because we're friends.
Can I lay it down here so I can keep an eye on it?
Do whatever you like.
That.
Oh, this one?
No, the cabochon
thing. The cabochon thing?
Yeah.
The cabochon thing.
I've got a public apology to make to you as well. I know. I've been taking the mickey out of you now for 6 months and I'm in the wrong. It's not cabochon, it's cabochon. I apologise from the bottom of my heart.
Or from the heart of your bottom.
Yes. Okay, just thought I'd publicly announce an apology there. Right, here we go. So the first thing you have to do is, when you get your cabochon, is to measure it. Okay, the circumference all the way around. And this cabochon is 10.5 centimetres. Okay, so that's the first thing that we have to do. Next, we have to make our macrame section. Now this is using, it does sound a lot, but 6 pieces of 0.6. And now, effectively, you need them to be about 2 foot long, each of the 6. You've got plenty of wire on the reel. And attach all 6 at the top of your macrame board. Now you don't have to leave 6 inches as we did with the shambalas earlier, just a couple of inches just to give it an anchor to your board. Okay, so I've balled them around the front and then over the top. So we've got our 6 wires. Okay, I might have to lean over a bit here, so I do apologise if I get my head in the way. What we need to do is we need to separate our 6 wires into the order that they are when you've tied your knot. That makes sense? Okay? And then we need to individually slot each of our 6 wires. So your macrame board is invaluable with designs like this. Okay? So we've got our 6 wires. And what we're going to do, we're going to work with the middle 4, and then the outside 3 on the left, outside 3 on the right. Middle 4, outside 3 on the left, outside 3 on the right. We're just going to repeat that, okay? So we'll do the middle section first. So we keep the middle 2 threads intact, and we take number 2 and number 5, okay? So we've got 3 and 4 in the center, and we're going to tie 3 square knots. So 6 times left, right, left, right, left, right. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. We've got 0.4 in the kit, so it might be worth having to go with the 0.4 first. So we do the left-hand side of the knot, and then we do the right-hand side. So that's 1 square knot. And then we do 2. And this is where you need your little sticking plaster on your fingers, especially if you're using 0.6. Guest designer Sammy's watching this afternoon. So I'd like to say hello to Sammy. Hello, Sammy, who's watching. 4, and then your last square knot. 5, and then 6. Okay, so that's our first section. And now we reattach cord number 2. I keep calling them cords, but you know what I mean, and number 5. And this time we're going to work on the left-hand section of 3. So we take out number 1, we take out number 3, leaving number 2 in place, and we're going to tie 1 square knot this time. Now, because we're on the left-hand side, we're going to do the left-hand side of the knot first. So we do the left-hand side, and what we want is a little loop to form at the top. So gently pull the knot, so we've left with a little clear and precise knot on the top. And we do the right-hand side of that knot.
It's so much more malleable than I was expecting. The kit has sold out, just so you know, and somebody has called in, and Helena, our producer, has chosen the new name of the kit. It's, in future, don't think back to the Maudley name. It's going to be known as Magnificent Magpie.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. So now we're going to move on to the right-hand section. So we're going to take number 6 and we're going to take number 4 away. Now we're working on the right-hand side this time, so we're going to do the right-hand side of the square knot first.
Do you not like that then?
No.
I do.
No.
Why don't you like it?
We were listening to Radio 4 the other day, and there was
what a surprise.
And there was an article saying that scientists, after doing 15 years of research, have discovered that magpies aren't attracted to sparkly objects. It's nothing to do with stealing sparkly objects. They actually can't see sparkly things. It's a bit mad, isn't it? So
how do they know that? Doesn't that sort of then boggle with your brain a bit?
Yeah.
Like, what, has somebody put in a set of magpie eyes or something?
Wow, that's right, exactly. So we've done our middle section of 3 square knots. We've done our square knot on the left, and we've done our square knot on the right. We go back to the middle section. So we take our middle 2, so 3 and 4. They're going to become the lazy strand, and we're going to take number 2 and number 5 and tie our 3 square knots. Okay, so left, right, left, right. What's your brew like?
Amazing, thank you.
It's good.
How's your coffee?
I haven't had time to taste it yet. It'll be cold by the time I've finished.
Oh dear.
So we do the left and then we do the right.
For anyone tuning in,
I know,
you're a really moody man today.
Okay, so then you would do the left hand 3 and the right hand 3. When you've done your 10.5 centimetre section,
yeah. So 10.5 centimetres is going to be
approximately.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the circumference of your cabochon. So you should end up with that.
Right.
Okay. Now, point to remember, when you get to the bottom of your piece, you need to end with the left and the right, not the middle section. So the left 3 and the right 3. So can you see is a dead horizontal finish on the other side. So we take it off the bottom of the board.
Can I just ask at this point, Mark,
yep.
because if we've got people who've just tuned in for the first time,
Yep.
which of your DVDs would you recommend to get really rocking and rolling with macrame?
I personally would go for, if you're a complete beginner, go for Macrame Edition 2, which is the edition that Carol and I made right at the beginning.
Okay.
That covers the basic knots, but different materials that we've got available. But for me, I think, for me personally, Projects is probably the best, because you're on it. And we do Cavendoli and stuff like that.
The Cavendoli!
So,
You'll be sick of that by the end of the DVD, I can tell you.
So,
okay. Great, thank you.
So we've ended with the straight line on the bottom, and what we need to do is replicate that on the bottom here. So we separate our.
If you've just tuned in, we're just doing this demo, and then we are going to be addressing loads of business style questions, and I'm really addressing and we've got the small bust as well coming up for you in the black. Okay.
Oh, ace.
I don't think I've ever heard you use that word before.
I'm using it a lot actually. I don't know where I've ever heard it from. Yeah, the G word is banned in our house, which I completely agree with. You've said it twice today already.
Gobsmacked, gobsmacked, gobsmacked.
No. Oh no, I don't mind that. No, it's the other one. It's the other one we don't particularly like.
Golly?
No, don't mind golly. No, it's the other one. The G-U-T-T-E-D word.
Gutted.
See, that sounds nice when you pronounce the T's. Gutted, that sounds nice. Okay. So we're going to do exactly the same at the bottom. We're going to end. I know. It's not catching my miserableness today.
Why are you miserable
I'm not
today?
miserable. I'm just nervous.
Okay. Oh,
I always get nervous on designer inspiration shows. So we get to the bottom.
That's codswallop.
And we have to finish the same at the top. So we just finish off that little square knot, making sure that there's a nice loop that we end in. There we go.
Do you think there is scope for marking your wires which one they are that you're using? Like put a little bit of...
I don't think you need to, because you can see them
Okay.
plainly enough on your board. If you use these slots,
Yeah.
which is where this board comes into its own, then
Yeah.
you'll definitely keep a better eye on
Okay.
where the slots are.
I was just thinking like a bit of cover-up stuff that you put on.
Oh yeah, you could do. Yep.
Ink, that type of thing. Can I mention Tipp-Ex? Or marker pen, or nail varnish or something, yeah.
Okay, and then we'll do, so we're both now level, top and bottom.
Right, okay.
So I made the finished one and also the demo one, and I ended up with 10 slots down each side. Okay, so this is where we start forming. This is where it could all go drastically wrong. So I need in here my bead awl. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is just keep those 6 separated at the top. We don't do any cutting until we've popped our cabochon on. Okay, and what we need to do is we need to prepare these slots to stick up around the cabochon. So all you do is you get a bead reamer or your bead awl, you go up through one slot and down through the other and just lift up. Okay, so you get a distinct, can you see that they were horizontal and flat and now they're standing up proud. So we go in and out and lift the slots. Now you can see there's a channel forming that will now take your cabochon. So we go in, lift it up, in, lift it up. We were talking about the Macrame Projects DVD earlier. This technique is actually featured on there using satin, and it's called Hidden Luxury, I think it's called.
Great, okay.
Okay, so don't worry about it losing its shape at the moment because we're just dragging all the wires in. Like so. Okay, so now it's time to pop our cabochon in. So here we go. Now what I tended to do when I did the first one is I found the middle of the 10, okay, and I popped the point of the cabochon in and then brought the 2 ends up around the cabochon so they meet at the top. I do believe he's got it. Okay, so we've got the cabochon forming and we've also around the back as well. Now all I've done at the beginning
equally as beautiful as the front, isn't it?
Yeah. So all I've done then is just give it a little twist. This is where you need to be quite dexterous. Okay, make sure that's nice and sitting in there. And then what you do is you get your flat nose pliers, which I've got here, and all I've done is just give it just a little bit of a clamp so it's nice and tight around the top, like so. And then keeping it all nice and secure in there, you give the whole 12 course just a little bit of a twist just to keep it all in tight. It looks really messy at the moment until we've dealt with it. Okay, and then what we do is we go flip it over onto the back, and using our bead awl again is we just pull. You can use your fingernail if you've got strong nails. You bring all of the little sections up so they sit around the cabochon. all the way around, and then we do the same with the front. Might be better just use your fingernails, there we go. And just slowly manipulate it so it sits nice and neat. And what you're hoping for is the base of the cabochon to be sat in between number 5 and number 6. So you've got a nice point of finishing, which we've done pretty much here. Obviously you take a lot more time on this when you're at home, just to pull all of the sections in. There we go. Okay, so you've got your cabochon shape, and then all I've done is I've cut off maybe we've got 12 here now. I've probably left maybe 4 and done some nice intricate wire wrapping around the top to keep it all nice and secure, and then made it into a little wrap loop, and then we can start attaching our rosary links. Now if I flip it over onto its back, you can see that at the point that we did the knots for the left section and the right hand section, now we've got our cabochon nicely popped in here. Can you see these tiny little loops that are forming at the points? Now these are the points where I've attached, on the back you can see where I've attached my rosary links to make the tassel. So it's perfectly placed to start doing your rosary links in these 3. So you put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then again it's up to you how long you have your tassels and your dangles on there, but it just works really well that those little holes are ready and waiting for you to have your rosary chain technique. And then you make your chain however length you want. I think I've used 9 of the large and then smaller, but you can decide how long or short you want the actual thing to be. But that's the basic macrame, the cabochon wrapping. As I said, you'd spend quite a bit longer at home just manipulating it to fit nicely and to finish your top. But you're looking for a really nice scroll rolled loop at the top, and then you'd have your sort of spider web effect, and then your little holes at the back to attach your rosary links to.
So beautiful.
And it's really, really rigid in, and that's not going to fall out at all.
And you didn't go wrong.
Could have been a bit neater, but I'm happy with that. And all I've done for the, can I quickly show you the earrings?
Of course,
I was going to grab something.
Just whilst Mark's getting set up, so we've got another offer here before we do the next demo, and then we've got loads of questions that we're going to answer. The velvet necklace bust. Now this is a small. I brought the other one over to show you the comparison of size, okay? So this is the one hopefully that you bought earlier. Okay, hopefully you bought that one earlier. We're going to do this one now, and this one is measuring 28 by 17 centimetres. So the other one was 33 by 19. This is 28 by 17. Now you're also going to be getting this gorgeous little mint coloured display box, which I think is very reminiscent of a very well-known designer myself. I think it's very, yes, it really is. You've got the place for either earrings or rings in there, and so you're going to get that as a little free gift. And then all of these gorgeous little organza gift bags, so you're going to get 10 of them. Now they aren't branded from us, it literally says handmade genuine gemstone jewellery on there, so you can then perhaps do your own branding on the other side if you're nifty with a needle and thread, or on the sewing machine perhaps. So 10 of these. Now Mark, you were saying you always give away a gift bag with every purchase, an organza one. So
absolutely.
This is a fantastic offer. I'm going to wish you all the luck in the world, because this will be a sellout. We've already got loads of people putting it in their baskets. KDGC36 is the code that you need for today's offer, which is only available until midnight tonight, or indeed I think it's going to sell out before the end of the show, to be honest. So free phone number 0800 644 655. With the best of luck to you for 10 bags and the gift box and the small bust as well. Forget the price coming up on your screen first of all, it's just something we have to go through. $18.80, that would be a usual price. We're going to take it much lower, taking it just to $9.95. That's 10 organza gift bags. You can pay £1 or more each for one of those. 10 organza gift bags, the box and the display bust. And I've got to say, this size of display bust is actually a really great size to store and pack away as well, because you can fit it in the big large plastic boxes really easily, you know, just that you pick up typically from hardware stores. It's a really great size, and you'll be able to get a really good length necklace on there still. So if you're going to buy any, I would go for this one at $9.95. KDGC36. So we're going to move back to the demonstration now, learning how Mark has done the earrings, which are these earrings just here. The kit, I'm afraid, has sold out. However, we've got an incredible wire bundle for you, which is 0.6 and 0.4 and a 3.25 in there as well. So great offer on blue and pinks coming up in just a moment. So in the meantime though, check out your baskets for $9.95 for that deal. So the earrings here, using a macrame technique that then gives you this lovely swirl. These are really elegant.
This is really simple. The only thing you need to remember with this technique is you need 2 lazy strands, okay? Because we need to make a little channel going through the centre. Now this is 0.6, 2 laces, and then I've used 0.4 as my working.
That would look so amazing in 2 different colours as well, wouldn't it?
It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
So the offer we're going to do on the wire would work really nicely for that. Yeah.
And I've actually, this is just basic square knot, which looks really nice, as simple as it is. 3 inches of that, okay? And all I've done for the first thing is, as near to the top, but miss one of the square knots. It's pretty difficult to see, isn't it, from here? But you miss the first square knot, and you use your bead reamer or your awl, and you pierce a hole through the centre of the 2 lazy strands. Okay. Then we take a piece of 0.6, and we do an ordinary wrapped loop at the top. Okay, just a couple of coils. Okay. And cut off the sharp section, and then we thread that up through that hole that we made through the channel, okay, like so, and that's nice and secure. Then we pop on one of our beads like so, and then all we do is we mould the macrame section around the first bead, making sure that it sits nice and snugly, and then using that wire as a guide, we're going to make another puncture hole again. Just get it started. I don't want you puncturing your fingers. So I start it here, and then I take it off of the bead, back onto the board. Use your memory foam board for this, your macrame board, they're excellent, okay? So fold that over. We pop the thread back up through.
We're currently out of stock on the macrame boards. We'll let you know as soon as they come back in.
Okay, so that's nice in position. Make sure that's pulled nice and snugly. Once you've made the earring, then you can start manipulating it to get a nicer shape, but that's quite nice as it is around there. And then all you do then is you pop on another bead. You can turn this into a really nice bracelet as well.
Yeah, stunning design.
And all you do is you fold it round again.
Have it as a full-blown necklace.
Absolutely. And because you're using 0.6 as the lazy, it's really rigid and strong. So then all you do then is you find again roughly the next hole. Take it away from the bead, back to your board, pierce through the 2 lasers again. Pop your 0.6 through the hole you've made in the channel. Bring that through. Again, just manipulate the wire over. At this point, it'll start coming away from the other, so just go back and manipulate. Pop on your 3rd bead. Like so, and then for the final time, bring all the way around and over. Okay, find your last little section, pierce the channel, pop your wire through, and then it'll be your final little section. So we've got our curve and our 3 beads in place. We go back to the top, and we go as near as we can to the top of that bead, pull down, and do the 2nd wrap loop. And if you because you don't leave a gap between the macrame and your pliers, you'll be able to get down nice and tight to secure those 3 beads. Clip off that loose edge. So, and then all I've done is I've gone in as tight as I possibly can using the amazing flush cutters. And all I've done is I've just cut off as near as I can to the loop that I made at the bottom, and then just manipulate it and tidy it up on the inside. But because they're earrings and floating, none of those are going to catch anywhere at all. And then also repeat that on the top, and then just fold it over, manipulate it into position, get rid of all those nasty cut edges. And then all I've done is I've suspended another bead from the bottom as a little dangle, and the shepherd hook at the top.
That is so beautiful.
I said you could replicate that and do a bracelet, a really nice structured bracelet all the way around.
Or even just use that portion of 3 in the centre of the necklace. Or
oh, beautiful.
Really stunning, really stunning. Mark, thank you so much.
Pleasure, pleasure.
We've got questions coming out of our ears. So this is now a section of the show. Take advantage of this. Mark, let's just talk about the busts for a moment.
Okay.
So let's talk about, you've started jewellery making, and you want to sell your jewellery, and we're talking about presentation. So something like this, how essential do you find it?
Massively essential, especially you want something to catch people's eye. In a couple of moments I'll show you the earring stand. A couple of people have asked me to show them how to make the earring stand, but you need something that stood up to catch people's attention when you walk in. So what I tend to do is I normally have 5 or 7 busts on my table, at intervals on the table. Big one in the centre, middle size, small one on the edge. Okay, what you can do if you've got enough space on your table is to do little groups of 3 in 3 sections. So in fact you have 9 busts. Okay, so you have a large one and 2 smaller. Here we go, is the table here. And then what are we talking about? Then what I tend to do then is put my biggest brazen necklaces I've got, normally big pieces of agate or really vivid purples or amethyst, on the busts, and use those to attract people's eye. I think for a while now I've had a 9-strand hematite chip plait with quartz and all sorts in it, and because it's lit as well, it really just
Can we have a look at that again? So this is Mark's here, and then you've just got some clip-on lights from a DIY store.
That's right, absolutely. Yeah, I've got 2 in the middle and then 1 either end. As you can see, I've got the large bust in the centre, and then each side I've got a middle size and a small bust as well. But there's plenty of scope. But because I've got the earrings at the back, I'm quite restricted to how many busts I can have because it would cover the earrings, and because earrings tend to be my pocket money spinner, I don't want to cover those up if I can. But because sometimes you can, if somebody cancels and there's a spare table next to you, the person who's organising the fair sometimes lets you have the table free or for a nominal charge. So then you could bring out the rest of your busts and have a bigger display and just bring more out onto the spotlight. But no, I love my busts.
So that's just $9.95, and I tell you what, once you've got them, you need never replace them. They're there for life. And they have got, once again, this one's got the little elasticated section at the back, so you can trap, if you've got longer necklaces, and you can trap that in there, or just even store information on it, little scrolls in there of information, so that's a little elastic.
What I found, a little tip that a viewer actually showed us when Ed and I were working on Tuesday, was in the past, I've tried to pop the shepherd's hooks in that tiny little slot that the base is on, and it distorts your shepherd's hooks if you're too rough with them. And I really do apologise, I can't remember the lady's name, but she's entered a Wall of Fame, and she actually hung a memory wire bracelet coil around the top,
great idea.
Attached it at the back with a bit of chain, and then suspended the matching earrings for that particular necklace from the memory wire. So that's another really good use for memory wire.
So then you can show a whole suite.
That's right.
Beautiful, really beautiful. So $9.95 on that. You are going to get completely free as well, that beautiful gift box, very reminiscent of a very big world-known designer, and 10 of the organza gift bags as well. Okay, so how would you like to do it, Helena? Should we go straight in with questions? Okay, so we've got loads of questions here. This one's from Mary Ann Wilson. Hello, Mary Ann. Hello, Mark. How do you pack your jewellery to take to the craft markets? And do you give boxes with the items that you sell? Love your designs. Thank you. Okay,
well, as we briefly touched on earlier, organza bags with everything, whatever it is, necklace,
which is what
bracelet,
you're getting free
earrings,
with this today.
Absolutely, yeah. So organza bags, and then if somebody does want a box as well, if they've spent, I don't know, over £40, £50, then I tend to give them a free box, or if it's like a really nice, delicate piece of jewellery. Otherwise, I sell them for £2, which I think is still good value for money.
Well, yeah, it's still incredibly competitive. When you know, I was saying the larger ones that we have, they were £3 something, £3.95. I think they were in a very known card shop. So, okay, great.
So still giving them really good value for money.
But how are you packaging it up? Because that's one thing. Here we go. So this is how Mark travels to a craft fair.
We should get some of these Jewellery Maker branded toolboxes. I have 3 of these, this particular size, 1 for bracelets, 1 for organza gift bags, and this one contains my memory wire bangles. Okay. Now this is probably a third of my stock for. Now this is getting prepared for a craft fair on Saturday, so this is all getting ready now. So when these are at home, they're normally in plastic bags with the gemstone written on them, all organised, but I don't have time when I get there to undo all the plastic bags and get set up, because I only have about an hour to set up. So these
then have got these little white luggage labels, and that's where you're putting on, this is what Mark's doing, smoky quartz, there. And clear crackle quartz, and that's clearly labelled up, and then you've got your prices on the other side.
Now what you'll notice on the other side is the price. I don't mind you showing it, okay? But what you tend to get asked for, people will buy the bracelet or the piece of jewellery, and they will want you to keep the label on without the price on it, because they want to pass the information on to the recipient of the gift. So always make sure you've got a stash of these blank with you that you can then just pop on amethyst and shell pearl without the price on the back for them to give to the recipient.
Okay.
So no, these will, I mean, you can get these from most stationers.
Yeah,
I just love them.
Pack on a very well-known auction website, and so they are really, and again, it gives you that very sort of professional look. So you've got an abundance of them in there. Okay, so that's how.
One of the questions that I had sent a couple of days ago on the Jewellery Maker page was about how many coils. Now I tend to use 4 coils, so you get at some point on the wrist, you get at least 3 coils above the wrist, and then you get all the mechanics underneath, but 4 if you possibly can. Okay. And then you just get really good value for money.
Brilliant. So that's how you're transporting those. I know, for example, Linda comes to the studios with ice cream tubs, and she lays a necklace out, and then a couple of pieces of kitchen paper, and then a couple of. So it's just finding. Well, you just need to make sure they don't get tangled up.
Well, I have this one, but about 3 times the size for my necklaces, and also for all the accoutrements. You know, all the bits and pieces that you'll take to set up your stall, so your coverings and your leaflets and all that sort of thing, you'd have in bigger ones. So I think I've probably about 6 of these in varying sizes, and they're really, really good, strong, sturdy catches as well. That's how I transport everything.
Well, before we go to the next question, that has now sold out. So we have been inundated with requests for wire offer. We've got one here, and this is using Mark's chosen gauges of 0.4 and 0.6. For doing macrame with. So 10 metres of each, and also 100 metres of 0.25. 0.25, fantastic for obviously putting through the wire twister tool.
I love my wire twister, it's the best thing ever. That would be one of my dinner guests.
Right. Who would you have for dinner? Elvis and a wire twister tool. Wow. So ESGC04, 130 metres of wire. So you're going to get 0.4 of the fuchsia, 0.6 of the pink, 0.6 of the blue colour copper wire, and 100 metres of the 0.25, 10 metres of each of these. Good luck, massive, massive, massive clearance price on this. It should be £19.80 if you were to buy it all individually. We've got it on a first come first serve basis here. I'm afraid the stock levels aren't great, but it will literally be, oh my word, one of the best deals of the day so far today. How many have we got of these, Helena? Okay, this is going to sell out. We've got £10 off, £9.80. Clearance price on this wire, clearance on the wire, and this is Mark's chosen gauge for macrame. Well done, Diane and Charity, Debbie and Chris, all first people in there. Elizabeth, well done. 0800 644 655. Okay, we'll move on to some more questions. Please text in as well to 60777. This is questions for Mark today, and at this point in the show, we're really focusing in if you would like to ask questions about setting yourself up as a business, setting yourself up for craft fairs, etc. So, big question here. Big question, which I know everyone is dying to know. How do you set your prices?
How do I set my prices? I mean, I've done a bit of research on the internet about setting prices, and there are so many different ways that people do it, and they have ratios of the cost per bead, and it's difficult because it's the whole time issue, okay?
And I think, can I just interject slightly in here?
Yeah.
If you work out your costs per item from what you're buying here, you're already potentially going to devalue your jewellery, because remember, your prices you buy at here are not, they're not in keeping with the rest of the gemstone industry. We are so low on prices. So if anything, if you're going to start pricing per bead, it might be very useful to know what usual prices for those beads are, because our prices are not usual. And if anything, when we are doing a sapphire strand for $34.95, for example, the worst thing you could do is sell that on and just put £10 on it, because if you were to go and get it valued, oh my goodness, like the pearl strands that we talked about earlier, $4.95 for a pearl strand, valued at £300 for the bracelet. And we had another valuation in the other day for a necklace that was made with 925 sterling silver fastening and a strand of pearls. It cost less than £15 to make, and it was valued at £390. Sorry, $490 I think it was to replace it. So how do you do it?
Okay, well, let's use this one as an example. If we can look on the overhead. Now, I've got this priced up at £40 okay, and it is ametrine and freshwater shell pearl. Okay, now ametrine we know is really rare, and I can't remember the last time we had chips on the show in ametrine. Okay, so we all know how rare and expensive ametrine is. Okay, I'm only using shell pearl, not culture pearl, but it is a natural product. Okay, so I would have said, okay, so the chips would have cost me £10. Okay, so I triple that. That's what I do. Whatever the beads cost me, I triple. Okay, and then I've given myself £10 for the 3 or 4 hours that it took to thread all those chips on. So in effect, I've probably done myself out of some money due to the hour. It's dreadful. It's just dreadful. But I love it, you see. So what I tend to do is just keep an eye on how long it's taking your piece of jewellery. But I tend to, whatever the beads cost me, 3 times more plus however much
because
for an
that's
hourly
probably
rate.
more realistic to what usual prices are. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So 3 times the cost of your materials, and then
approximately. And another really good pointer is don't, before you do your first craft fair, go around and look at everyone else's first of all. Get an idea of what they're selling. Are they real gemstones? What prices they're putting in? Where they've come from is another thing. If they've got a long way to travel, they need to incorporate that into their pricing. So just get as much information as you possibly can, and then just go for it. Put everything out that you think the price should be. The public will tell you if you're charging too much or not enough. Fingers crossed, touch wood, I've had, in the 3 years I've been running craft fairs, not a single person has picked up a piece of jewellery and gone, phew, that's expensive, and put it down again. Not once. So I think I'm gauging it, and it's going really well. It's been quite quiet this summer, craft fairs. We've definitely been noticing a dip, but hopefully, with Christmas coming up, we'll be able to pick it up again. But you just get a feel for how much. I
think that links us in nicely to the next question, which was from a lady saying, I'm waiting to take my first stall at an arts and crafts fair in September. Okay. Any tips? First time tips from Mark.
Okay. Can I get on my high horse? Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah.
Because I have.
Do you have to ask?
I have a few issues with craft fairs. Okay. So if it's your first one, do a recce on the journey there and back the day before, just to see how long it's going to take you first of all. Okay, and if you can, take someone with you on your first one to help you set up and to sit with you behind.
Always takes a lot longer to set up than you estimate.
Yes, it does. It takes me nearly 2 hours. 5 minutes to pack away, and then I pack up and organise it when I get home. But at the end of a long day, you just want to be home. Yeah. A glass of wine and put your jewellery away. Yeah, so if you can, so take someone with you if you can. But my biggest tip would be have a dry run at home first. Set your living room up with your table, with your stall, how you're going to have it to look. Get some of the girls round for an evening, have a glass of wine, and then they will tell you, oh, this doesn't look right, or you've got too much of that, or all your pricing is, and that's that point. So maybe a week or 2 weeks before the actual event, have a dry run at home, and because your friends will be honest, and and it gives you much better feedback of the next thing to do. Get there bright and early. If it opens at 8 o'clock to set up, be there for 8 o'clock, because imminently you're not going to have enough time to set up.
Probably as well. I'm just thinking to the time I came to see you. Work out how you're going to get into the room as well, because if you've got things in suitcases on wheels and things, that was a long way up a lot of stairs.
It was 3 flights up, wasn't it, that particular one?
Yeah. So bearing that in mind, okay.
Yeah. Float, which is another important. I love my little tin. Now this is a float, okay? All of my prices on my craft fair, I don't mess around, they're all in £5 denominations, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So you
don't have to worry about pennies.
No, so always make sure, all I carry in here are pound coins, 50p's and a couple of 20s for a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, something like that. Always take packed lunch with you as well, and refreshments. Always take a flask with you. Some places have a little tea room or something like that, but always take sandwiches and a flask, okay? And then in here I've got fivers, loads and loads and loads of fivers. Any receipts and anything that you get from the people who are actually running the event. Because if you're keeping records for tax and that sort of thing, you need receipts from them to say that you're actually
note. Other denominations are available.
A receipt book, so every little sale I have gets put down in there. So the event, how much, my signature, the date, and the number of the invoice. So that's really important as well.
What do you put on your receipt?
So on here, for example, we've got the receipt number, so you can see that I'm 669 sales I've had so far. The date of the event, where the event was, the amount, and just sign it, because some people like to have their receipt with their piece of jewellery, so always give them a signature and that sort of thing. So that's really important as well. Whenever you give your organza, sorry, thank you. When you give the customer your organza gift bag, if you have business cards made, always pop one of those in the bag as well. So that's my business card. So it's just a picture of a piece of my jewellery on the front, and piece of jewellery that I made, garnet and quartz, and then on the back it's my details, address, email, telephone, all that sort of thing. So make sure one of those goes in the bag with it. When you're giving earrings, we'll briefly do earrings in a second. I never put the earring straight into an organza bag. I always put a pair into one of these little grip seal bags, first of all, because I'm paranoid that the shepherd's hooks are going to catch on the inside of the bag in a handbag and be distorted. So just keeps them safe, just a little grip seal bag, pop them in there and then pop that into your organza gift bag with your business card. So they're not just taking a pair of earrings away. So that's really invaluable as well.
Okay, so these are into earrings.
My best bit.
Right.
Okay.
Mark has definitely established a look, which I'd love to say that you started, Mark. But when I started doing craft fairs, I did the same thing years ago.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I covered it with black felt because my nan used to be head secretary of Berry Felt. It's very useful. Right, the display. So Mark's going to go and grab it for us, or are we going to actually? Where should we put it?
I'm going to do it here, if that's all right.
I'm going to put it up over there. Okay, so. This is Mark's display, so it's completely portable. We don't sell anything here like it, so this is up to you now to take the advice from Mark with what to do. Okay, what's this, Mark?
Now, not only does this help as an amazing aid for carrying my earrings to and fro, but also acts as an amazing backdrop for the back of your craft table to suspend your lights on. So if you can imagine going into a craft fair, you see this mass wall of earrings, well lit with all the jewellery in front. So it's something that people see the minute they walk into the room. So all this is a pair of wallpaper pasting tables. This was £5 from a DIY chain, a local DIY chain. And all I've done is I've painted the outside in my business colours and put my little monogram on the front, okay? So if Lucy could help me open it up.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so these are the earrings on the inside. Now at full capacity it will hold 400 pairs.
Wowzers.
Okay, so all I've done, once you get your pasting table from the DIY centre, when you get it home you open it out and you take all of the gubbins, you take all the legs out, all of the hinges, so it's just a plain inside. And then what I've done, I've gone to our local haberdashery and I've bought some thick wadding that you'd use for quilt making, okay? About a couple of metres off the roll, it's not very expensive. And all I've done is I've stapled it double if you can, so you probably need 4 metres in all, just double it over, and I've stapled it onto the inside panelling of the table, okay? And then I've also then stapled some of my material that I also use as a cloth on the top of the table, the craft table, so that the whole colours of the business all tie in and it's all one, okay? Now for the earrings, all I've used, if you can see on the inside, are little cup hooks that again you can buy from a DIY centre, and I've strung double strands of jewellery maker beading thread, so again you can see how strong it is. That's all I've used.
Oh wow!
And what I've done, as you would make a necklace, and I've crimped it, so all I've done is I've put the beading thread through the cup hook, put on 3 crimps, pulled it through and really squished. There's 3 crimp beads, jewellery maker crimp beads, and jewellery maker beading thread. Pull as tight as you can and pull through the cup hook the other end, as we can see. So I've got the crimps down in here, 3 crimps. There we go. You can just see in the corner there. So that's all that's holding it up. And then I've put the strings across. I could probably have done 5 rows actually, looking at it. But the way I price it here, so to start, the top 2 rows on both sides are £5 a pair. The third set, both sides, are £7.50 a pair. This side below me are £10 a pair, and these tend to be really big pearls or chandelier drops. And then the roll on the bottom there are my high end, so we've got our rubies, sapphires, opals, tanzanite. I've got chrome dioxide up here. So as you can see, they're pretty depleted at the moment. They're doing really well. Once you get across, I don't think I've seen another stall with sapphires and rubies and tanzanite all on one stall. So the only thing that I haven't got in here is diamonds. I've got the strands, but I haven't had the heart to cut them up and do anything with them yet. So I think that'll be the next step. But all in all, this cost me 10 quid, something like that. Absolutely. And you've got, I mean, everyone's got beading thread and crimps at home. And then all of the earring wires are sterling silver. So whenever you see sterling silver on here on the show, grab them. Okay. Bearing in mind, we get lots of children coming into craft fairs that can't afford £5 a pair of earrings. So if they want to, they can swap those, the sterling silver, for silver plated for a couple of pounds, something like that. So it's a lot cheaper, but I tend just to give them to them anyway. I'm one for children buying jewellery for the grown-ups. And then at the end of the event, you take it off the back of your table, you close it up, and because you've got such a thick content of wadding inside, if you can imagine what's going on inside now, the wadding is actually pushing together and keeping the earrings nice and safe. You pop the catch over and you pop it on the back seat of the car and you take it home. In the past, that was taking me hours, you can imagine, to bag up individual earrings. And because this is now airtight, no oxygen's getting in, I'm having no issues with tarnishing on any of the earring findings or the silver.
And that leads us into another question, actually.
Brill.
So
Okay.
we'll scoot back over here. We have had somebody asking the question, how do you stop your jewellery from tarnishing? Now, obviously, it's when oxygen contacts the metal, that's when the tarnishing occurs. So how do you stop that? Those.
Grip seal bags. I have got 5 different sizes. This is the earring, and it goes right up to 18 inches tall by, for the big necklaces. And I think Hannah is actually looking at sourcing them, but we're going to be sourcing anti-tarnish tags.
Great.
If you've ever bought earrings from Gems TV, you get it's about 1 centimetre square of a brown material that they've put into the bag to stop the tarnishing. And you can buy them on loads and loads and loads of websites. They're not very expensive. And what I tend to do is, for example, I would have a plastic bag with 3 or 4 amethyst necklaces in. I'd have 1 tarnish tag in the back, seal it up, and then when you get to the craft fair, you just empty it out. Everything's labelled, so you can put the things straight back into the bags again. But these are invaluable grip seal bags.
So grab those. We've still got questions coming in. We'll address them in just a moment. But we've got another offer here to keep you bargain hunting whilst we're talking. Now, Mark obviously has just shown us those amazing memory wire bracelets, of which you had an abundance in that box. So we're going to do an offer on threading materials. This is basically a Mark Macrame Smith bundle. This has got you written all over it, mate.
Memory wire.
Yes, memory wire. That I've just got tangled up. Come on. Now you're going to get 14 hoops of the bracelet, 14 of the ring, and 10 of the necklace in each colour. And we've got the rose gold colour, the silver colour, and the gold colour. Okay. So Mark was saying before, he tends to use, for bracelets, would use 4 coils. Okay. And so you get 14 on each bracelet, 14 for each ring one, and 10 for each necklace of each colour. You're then going to get the threading materials here, which is the nylon thread, which is gorgeous quality, really gorgeous quality. It works out at 0.5, and you're going to be getting 10 metres of each. 0800 644 655. So 40 metres of the nylon cord and 3 sets of the memory wire. Memory wire, I think you'll find, it's probably one of the most cost-effective materials to use, isn't it? Because you don't actually need findings.
No, nothing at all. No, nothing at all. I did have a lady who messaged me about starting a memory wire to stop the beads from falling off. Okay. So maybe I could grab one of those.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Would you prefer to do it with a necklace or a bracelet?
Just do the necklace.
Okay.
Fine.
So good luck on this one. It's ridiculous value for money. This is amazing. It would usually be $16.65. Trade offers today means that we're going to do this for $8.95 for 3 lots of the memory wire and the threading materials. Gosh. It's amazing value for money once again, and I would highly recommend that you bulk buy on that. I'd definitely get a couple of those offers because that 1 post and packaging price, again, take advantage of it, only being $2.95 to have everything sent to you all day. Well done, huge amounts of people taking advantage of that offer. Okay, so starting memory wire, finishing memory wire, basically.
I won't take it off the coil. But what you tend to do with bracelet memory wire is you would count your 4 coils and always end up, so if you had the start of the coil at the top, this makes sense, and then the end of your 4 coil at the bottom. So in effect, you've got 4.5 coils. Okay. Now to start, you go about 1 centimetre away from the end with your flat nose pliers, and you bend into the coil 90 degrees. Okay, not out, but so you're bending into the coil with your flat nose pliers, and then take your round nose pliers and do slow little movements, coiling back to where you started from. And you get a nice, neat finish, like so. And that is it. So you pop that on, and then you would bead up whether your bracelet or your necklace, and then when you get to the end, you do exactly the same. So you bend into the coil 90 degrees, and then curl back. And if you wanted to just finish it off and give it an extra little bit of bling, you can pop some little head pinned beads on the end just to make little toggles. And that's it.
Perfect, and it's as simple
Simple as that. And
so that's fab.
yeah, and all these chips and things we've got at home at the moment, I mean, just fill them up.
Perfect.
Absolutely the best.
Brilliant, thank you. So that's another question answered there. Now we've got a huge amount of you asking about when you're taking money, do you take card payments?
Okay, I don't personally, purely because I'm not technically minded. And you tend to find, especially the experience I've had, that if you're in big town halls, you can't get very good mobile phone signals, and you're forever standing around waving, and it just doesn't look very professional. So if someone is interested in something that I have on my stall, I tell them. Unfortunately, I don't take plastic, but most of the time, I'm near somewhere that has a cash point across the road.
Yeah.
Or you tend to find a lot of people come to craft fairs with cash anyway, because it's one of those events that you go to with cash. Twice I've been asked and lost sales because I haven't had a card holder. You tend to find if they really want something, they will find a way of popping up the road to a cash point.
I suppose this isn't financial advice, but as many of you know, I have an events and entertainment company, and we have to take card payments for that, and that's something that I just approach my bank. And you can literally be sent a card machine, and there is a process that you can go through. And you can take card payments if you're registered as a business. In terms of registering as a business, again, this is something I can talk about because I've done it. But literally, if you just call Company's House, and it can cost just over £50, is it, to register as a business. And once you're registered, that's it. And you just then need to keep on top of your accounts every year and submitting your tax returns, etc. You can always seek advice. Again, banks are brilliant for setting up with business. If you are thinking about it and you want to do it as a proper business, remember we've also got the amazing Angela Edwards here. And Angela does a business course that goes into the real details and marketing and how to promote yourselves and the full business package, and that's a full workshop day that we have here with a nice lunch and things, and she's just amazing. That's Angela Edwards, that workshop, so I'd highly recommend that. I'm just checking if we've got any other questions here that we haven't yet covered, one of which was just outside of the world of craft fairs for a moment, but with a 3-strand necklace twist, Mark, how are you securing it?
I've got it. Now this is a question I'm asked constantly, is we make these 3-strand plaits, and with wearing they come apart like this, and they lose their plattedness, if you call it. So there's a really, really simple way. If you don't want to do the plait before you've made up the necklace, you can have 3 separate strands and then plait it up afterwards. So all you do is you take it apart, okay, and all you do, so you have your 3 sections. You have your middle section, your left and your right, okay? So with the toggle, all you do is you feed it back through, from back towards you, through the right hand gap, and then you feed it through the left hand gap, and then you feed it through the right hand gap, and then you feed it through the left hand gap, and then your coils will be neatly plaited back together again. Simple as that. So you have your 3 sections, you take the toggle from the back to the front, through the right hand gap, back to the front, through the left hand gap, and you just keep going. As I said, there's nothing stopping you making a 3-strand necklace, finishing it, and then plaiting it in that technique. So it's really, really, really simple. Right. And that's it.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
A couple more questions just coming via text. And thank you so much for participating in this today. So brilliant show. This is from Namisha. Hello, darling. Roughly, how much stock do you take? That's a really good question. And what's the split between earrings, necklaces, bracelets? Thank you so much. And that's from Namisha.
Well, we've seen the earrings, so they pretty much take care of themselves. And when it's full capacity, there's 400 pairs on there. Obviously, they are my top, they are pocket money and they buy them.
It's interesting to know as well, from an insider, I can give you this information, because from Gems TV and Rocks TV, obviously our sister channels, most first-time buyers of jewellery tend to buy, from a jewellery brand, tend to buy earrings or a pendant first.
Okay, that's interesting.
With set jewellery. So what have you found then?
Yeah, it's earrings without a doubt. And if we're talking about earrings, what I tend to do as well, this might be worth taking note of, is always make when you're making a necklace or you're making a bracelet, make 2 pairs of earrings, keep one behind the desk and one on show, because inevitably someone is going to buy that pair, and then the next customer will come along to buy your necklace and you're not going to have earrings, and you could lose out on that sale. So always have a sneaky second pair. And it also helps that they're looking and they're umming and ahhing about a necklace. You produce magically this pair of earrings, and you use that as a sway for them to buy. So you can say, well, if you buy the necklace, I'll throw in the earrings free of charge. So it works both ways. Necklaces, I tend to take 30.
Right.
Okay. I have 5 colour sections on my table, and I have 6 from each colour. So I have a blue and white section, a green section, a metallic section, so your hematites and things, and then sort of browns and greens, and then ending in amethyst. Okay, so between 30 and 40. Of the memory wire core bracelets, I take as many as I can fit into that box, which is about 60. And then you've got any Shambhala bracelets on top of that, or any other bracelets and that. So probably I take about 100 pieces on my table at any one time.
On top of the earrings?
Yeah, on top of the earrings.
Great, so hopefully that helped you there.
Yeah.
Were there any more questions that we haven't answered? Okay, tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go to a short break, and we'll address some more questions later on before the end of the show, because we're still live with you for this type of show for about another 50 odd minutes or so.
Gosh.
So we've got your challenge as well. Obviously, you've had so much time to do that. So we're going to go to a short break, and we'll see you for more on the other side of this.
I think labradorite, when you think about it, is as beautiful as a diamond, because it gives you, for me, more amazement than a diamond. You look at it and it does something really unexpected, like a lightning bolt.
Labradorite is one of those gemstones from Jewellery Maker that is always going to be a top seller. The labradorite that you get from Jewellery Maker has got extreme amounts of labradorescence. The colour saturation is just superb, and that's really indicative of the quality that we can get for you here at Jewellery Maker. It seems to reflect your moods as well. Whatever kind of mood you're in, whatever you put it with, it seems to bring out those gorgeous colours, so it really is a true chameleon gemstone.
When shopping with Jewellery Maker, you can add as many items to your order in one day and only pay one postage and packaging charge. We have 2 delivery options. Standard delivery at just £2.95, and you'll receive your parcel within 4 to 6 days. Or opt for our premium delivery at just £4.95, and you'll receive your parcel within 3 to 4 days. Happy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
We all know that you need the right tools for the job. So here at Jewellery Maker, we have developed our very own tool set just for you. In this larger set, we have provided more tools to help you develop your jewellery making skills even further. The kit includes wire cutters, a bead reamer with replacement tips, an awl, tweezers with a scoop, a sliding gauge, a snip, and all the essential pliers you will need. All of this is yours for just £15.95, neatly presented in a carrying case with an embossed Jewellery Maker logo. Stay tuned for more advice, tutorials and demonstrations of jewellery making. We provide the tools, you provide the skill. Would you like these sapphire earrings I've just acquired on my desk?
Okay.
We will be joining Mark again for some more questions before the end of the show, but in the meantime we're going to throw some absolute bargains at you. So we're talking craft fairs, we're talking about giving you the opportunity to make money out of your hobby. Therefore we want to do some really, really low price, incredibly low margin for you, things for you, so they're just amazing, amazing. But one thing we get asked time and time again is how do I do that technique? Best thing you can do is buy one of the DVDs. So we've got Mark's Macrame Projects DVD here, but we've got these threading materials, which are your suede-ette cords. Now you've got the sparkle in there, you've got the bronze, silver, and biscuit. Hang on, we've got biscuit, chocolate, bright gold, bright silver, and red sparkle. Sorry, red sparkle, biscuit, chocolate, gold, and silver. That's not fair. That's not fair, naming it chocolate biscuit, is it? Oh, now I've had my mum's spaghetti bolognese for lunch. Mum, if you're watching, thanks for the leftovers. It was immense. Amazing. Right. This is the projects DVD. So Mark, this is the projects DVD where we will learn how to do the setting of the cabochon.
Yes, that's the one.
Brilliant. So
yes.
If you have been really inspired by Mark's work today, and if perhaps you've never seen him before, this is a fantastic DVD. And in fact, this is the one that Mark recommends out of all of his DVDs that you get. The code is DSGC58 for this today, and it is on a promotional offer with 25 metres of the suede-ette cord in those fabulous different colours: the biscuit, the chocolate, the bright gold, the bright silver, and the red sparkle. This is an amazing DVD. I have seen it a lot. The cavandole. It is, honestly, it is an amazing. Thank you. That's the whole thing. Did you say I sounded Italian? The cavandole. It is a fantastic DVD that, honestly, if you've never done any macrame work ever before, you'll be able to do it after this. Did I? Did I? Apparently before I said chair instead of chair.
Chair.
Sit on my chair. A chair. I said chair instead of chair, did I? Oh, darling, well, there you go. Yes, I am northern. Yes. Do you think? Apparently I hide it, but where would you place my accent then, Helena? You'd say Warwickshire. I've lived here for quite a while now. Oh, you know when you become really aware of how you're speaking and what your accent is. Okay, so the Macrame Projects DVD and 25 metres of suede-ette cord at £14.80 is fabulous value for money. However, I think this is how Mark would actually like me to talk all of the time.
I would.
I know.
You sound like you should be on the train station at Brief Encounter.
Oh, do you think?
Yes. Very plummy. I love talking like that.
Shall we talk like this for the rest of the show? £8.95. Well, can you absolutely believe that? No, hang on a minute. £40.80. You're getting it for £8.95. The DVD and 25 metres of suede-ette cord. I know. I'm going to be like Patsy from Avaz Suridai.
There it is.
Yeah. Huh?
You just missed the cabochon wrapping.
Sorry, I was too busy pretending to be Patsy from Avaz. Yeah,
They're making a film, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Love it. Congratulations to all of you getting this amazing offer today. Free phone number 0800 644 645, and you will indeed see how you can macrame set a cabochon.
I thought you were going to say you'll see how to make macrame sexy. I thought you were going to say that then. But you went set a cabochon. A bit deflated. Do you think macrame can be sexy?
Why don't we ask the viewers, Mark? Do you think macrame could be sexy?
We do garter belts on the wedding one, don't we?
We are pre-watershed.
Yes.
You don't know about that, don't you? I have got a question. I've got a question, and I keep meaning to ask. Why is watershed called watershed?
Oh, yeah.
Can somebody text in an answer to that, please? So first of all, first question we need an answer for Mark is, can macrame be sexy? I know what you're going to text in. Can macrame be sexy? Second question, where does the terminology watershed come from? $8.95 for this offer though. DSGC58 Macrame Projects DVD 25 meters of suede cord. You can use Visa, MasterCard and also PayPal. You can also pay via PayPal.
I didn't know that.
Well, you do now.
Gosh. How long have we been doing that?
I know. I don't know. Quite a while, I believe. I actually feel like I want to talk like this for the rest of the show. Is it just going to make loads of you switch off? You love it, Mark.
You're so lovely.
Do you love me talking like this? How about if I said the word gutted? Using this accent. For those of you who've just tuned in, Mark hates it when I say the word gutted. It's like, gutted.
That's how I don't like it being said.
Gutted. So if I say gutted.
That's fine, yes.
And I receive pronunciation. I'm thrilled this is selling out incredibly quickly at £8.95. If you've just tuned in for the first time, oh my word. Right, come on, let's crack on now. Sitting on my chair. Right, all right, darling, where should we go to next? Right, come on, lover, come on. Box number 4. Ooh, now then, these are for soutache. However, you can macrame with them. They're another threading material. They are so beautiful, and not just macrame. Not just soutaching within jewelry making, but my little boy at the moment is absolutely obsessed with owls. Can I tell you something really weird that happened? And I just want to know if it's just me. He loves owls. It's got quite. How old is he? He's 21 months next week. What's the date today? He's 21 months on Sunday.
When do months become years in baby talk?
I don't know actually. When they hit about 3, I think.
All right.
I think it's when clothes stop being in months.
Right.
Yeah, about age 3. I don't know. So he'll be 2 in November. So he's obsessed with owls. But right, can I just tell you something really, really weird and freaky? Just an aside, because this is what I do. Right. Yesterday we went to Mary Arden's farm, okay, in Stratford-upon-Avon, and we are members there. We've only been once before, and my mum and I took him yesterday when Drew was at work, my husband, and we went to a park that we hadn't been to before. And there's a big area where there's all this stone masonry, and they have a very old font, and it's literally an old barn, and you walk through, and there's lots of masonry around, okay? And there was a big font, and we're just walking past, and he went, "Mummy, water," and he pointed to the font. He's never seen a font before. How does that child know that there's water in it? Next thing, we go out into the big sort of grass area where they're going to do a bird display. He didn't know they were going to do a bird display there. And they put a big perch there. And he pointed and he went, "Mummy, owl," to the perch. And the next thing, the owl flew to the perch. Has my child been here before? Living at Mary Arden's farm. Maybe Charlie was actually William Shakespeare and Ben, you aren't actually William Shakespeare, it's my son.
That'd be great for me.
That would be great.
Yeah, I'd be really game with that.
So anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. Life story. I know, I just think giving you one today. Isn't it weird? So if anyone would like to comment on that, and if you'd also like to tell us, do you think macrame can be sexy? And what was the other question that we had?
Watershed.
Oh yeah, and where's watershed come from? Right, a lot of those questions to answer in the next 40 minutes. Okay, so soutache, in terms of colours, you're going to get the blue, the deep beige, the magenta, the maize, the mauve, the navy, the pansy, and smog. Is that seriously the best name we could come up for that? Smog. I'll tell you what, that is beautiful. Look at this, it's like a pewter, isn't it? Now you're going to get 3 yards on each, and it's 3 millimeters in its thickness. So soutache, It's the idea that you can wrap around. The reason I started then talking about owls is I've seen the most beautiful soutached owls as a plique on cushions. Oh. That's what led me on to my owl conversation. Sorry, there was a sensible reason for that. Pardon? Has my son been christened? No, not yet. If he's been christened, no. We are desperate to get him christened, my son. He has godparents at the ready, but all of Drew's family are in New Zealand and they still haven't been over. And so as soon as they come over, hopefully at the start of next year, that's when we'll get him christened, because we want all of his family there at the same time. No. I know.
I'd love to be a godfather.
Would you? I'm sorry, Charlie's godfathers are already allocated. £14 usually for this, but we're going to go even lower. What a random afternoon. And £9.95 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I can tell you we've done a lot of research in a very well-known haberdashery section of a big department store. You'd be hard pushed to find one of these for any less than about £3.95 we were seeing the other day. And you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for £9.95, and the code is CNGC38. Fantastic value for money. You can actually price compare directly as well, because it's a brand here that's Beadsmith that isn't unique to us here at Jewellery Maker. Well, it's at £1.24 pence per reel, which is ridiculously good value for money. 0800 644 655. Thank you very much for texting in regarding these random conversations that we have on a daily basis. It's all right. I'm with you for the next 4 days. And CNGC38. All right then. Let's go to box number... Oh, now, really amazing collection of colours. We're going to do really quick deals now. Really quick deals. So this carved shell. Just bear with me a second. I'll get my details for you. 2 lots of shell, carved shell flowers, and then these gorgeous pear drops. Okay, so the shell is 18 millimeters in diameter. You've got the golden top drilled pear shape, golden shell top drilled pear shape at 14 by 9, orange carved flowers at 18 mil, and then the hot pink and then the terracotta shell beads at 6 millimeters each. 0800 644 655. Let's go. TWG C54. The usual price would be £15.80, scrapping that again today, and again taken to an incredibly low price. I think if you take the pink away from there, I think that really works beautifully. It's got autumn written all over it, hasn't it? £10.95, and you're going to get the pink as well thrown in for good measure. 0800 644 655. When you bring the pink in, it gives a very different look, so take that away for a moment. I think it's almost that's almost got a tiger's eye-esque feel to it, hasn't it? And then you're also going to get the pink as well. 0800 644 655. Where should we go to next then, Helena? Oh, 0800 644 645. Right, we're going to move on to another amazing gemstone. These are amazing, big, chunky nuggets of a gemstone. How often do we see this? It is so incredibly hard to find. I'll be really interested to see where the source of this is actually. Bear with me a second, because depending on which country is depending on what I tell you. So let me just find out the country of origin. Look at these incredibly organic looking gemstones. Now this is amazing green garnet, amazing green garnet. Ha ha ha! Look at those. A really gorgeous tone of these. 0800 644 655. RJRU50. 12 by 10 up to a 21 by 14 millimeters. You're going to get approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they are stunning. Look at the different colours that are coming through from this. I think if you are somebody who really is attracted to very organic looking jewellery, it's got a very organic feel to it. Using this with antique bronze findings, it'd be fab. Right, your usual price would be £11.95. We're going to destroy that and take it even lower to be able to give you opportunity to make even more money from the pieces that you're able to create and hopefully sell on. and taking it to £7.95. These are big. Now, the reason you're going to be wanting these is obviously due to the size of garnet. It's very, very hard to get garnets of that size. They are stunning. I've forgotten I've got that big scratch on my chest. Jacqueline, Cheryl, Elizabeth, I honestly have no idea. It's only superficial. I know this morning it was really irritating me. I thought I had a hair on my chest. It's like when you get slightly intoxicated and wake up with lots of bumps and you don't know how they happened, Ryan. Any particular stories you want to tell us, Ryan? 0800 644 655. Moving on to, so that's RJRU50. Now, just to give you a bit of a heads up, coming up for you in about 10-15 minutes time. It wasn't necessarily due for today's show. I've got it, but coming up for you in about 10-15 minutes time, I'm giving you a heads up because this is a massive, massive, massive deal. We will have this extraordinary strand of genuine tanzanite from the original source, folks. That is a big deal, coming up in about 10 minutes time. Okay, which then next okay, let's go to opals. Mark. This has only been seen once before. We're going to make sure it sells out today. We're literally going to take it to the most ridiculous low price. Wow for the colour. Wow for this gorgeous autumnal feel to it. They are beautiful, delicate opals, and you've got a silver colour spacer bead in between each one, so you've got the bonus there of having some added extra beads that you're not even being, well, you're not having to pay for them. Now, this is Ethiopian opal. 95% of the world's opal actually comes from Australia, so if you can get your hands on anything that's not Australian, it actually becomes even rarer. So you've got Ethiopian here, about 2-3% comes from Mexico, and the rest. Now look at that incredible opalescence. Look at your clarity, your colour, that richness of beautiful copper intense tones coming through. A deep golden hue that's also present there. K-R-O-U, Koru. Oh, Koru. Koru is the name of a Maori symbol.
Oh, okay.
Koru. It's a well, it's actually a type of fern, the koru, can't say it now, koru fern. So when you see and lots of Maori symbols are based on nature. There you go. It's nothing to do with this piece of jewellery, but it's just the name of the code. That's in New Zealand, yes. 30 carats, because my husband is from New Zealand, yes. And I have been there a few times because that is where my husband is from, and that is very nice. Right, 3x1 to a 7x3. We did have a conversation the other day. If he wasn't from New Zealand, would I have still been attracted to him? Yes, very useful considering we're married. Right, I'm slightly obsessed with him. Right. I'm very obsessed with him. Right, move on. Pamela, congratulations. First one in there, grabbing yourself a couple of Ethiopian opal. Ooh. Now, we are going to honour the lowest price it has been to. Now, the last time this was seen on air, they did something really, really naughty with it, so we're going to honour it. £19.95. This is genuine opal, and what's really not coming across, you need to see this one because showing it up on my hand isn't working for you. This is what you need to see. This is what you need to see: the clarity, the opal essence, the variety, the peach tones, those tawny tones, those real golden tones, that antique bronze element to it. Really, really lovely. Lots of you yet to confirm your purchase. If you put it in your basket, make sure you're checking your baskets out. 30 carats. Well done, Kate in Cheshire. Confirm yours as well then, my lovely. Once again, tanzanite coming up for you in about just under 10 minutes time. Box, which one, sorry, Dom? I haven't got anything in there. It's empty. No. Oh, I've got box number 11 on the other side. Which are those? Yeah? Okay, shepherd hooks. Obviously, Mark, we've been talking today, and earrings are your money maker.
The race. Now you can understand why I get excited when I see strands of hearts and flowers.
Yeah. And also deals on shepherd hooks. These are rose gold plated. Yeah, they're not just rose gold colour. They're not just copper colour. These are rose gold plated copper shepherd hooks. So you're going to get 50 pairs. You're going to get 100 of them. And they're really, really beautiful. They're really beautiful. I think they're probably the easiest type to use as well, because you can literally just tease that open and you can thread on your gemstones from either direction. I've got to say that I don't always use these either for shepherd hooks. They make the most beautiful links on necklaces. You can make your own S-clasps out of them as well, so they're incredibly, incredibly useful. 100. Oh, 800, 644, 655. So you've got the rose gold colour. Pauline, Paula and Tony, lots of anonymous people there as well. Hello, hello, hello. Lots of people bulk buying more than one of that offer. So, what's the usual price on these, Helena? And then let's just... Oh, we're going to go straight down to the lowest price they've been. $6.95 straight in. $6.95, 100 pairs. Sorry, 100 items, 50 pairs. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Amazing value for money. And can you just imagine using this and creating your own beautiful, almost scallop style necklace? Rosary link necklaces. So you can go outside of the world of just shepherd hooks as well, can't you? You can go think outside the box of earrings, and loads of you buy more than one of these. Because if you were to buy this in wire, and then you've got little balls on there as well, this is great value for money. Hello, Pete. How are you, Pete?
I'm alright.
That wasn't very convincing. What's the matter, Poppet? I'm alright.
I swear I'm alright. Yeah.
You swear you're alright? Yeah. But you're not good, though.
Water,
you need some water?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, my goodness, my child, go forth and drink. You're alright? It's just there, darling. You need to go and fill up your water bottle. Yeah. Off you pop. Okay. Off you go, little Pete. Off he pops. He's waving. I literally love him. I feel quite maternal with Pete. I feel like I want to wrap him up in some cotton wool and take him home and, you know, give him a bath. Not in a... He doesn't need a bath. Just like, make him a nice... Just take care of him. I don't mean I want to bathe him either. I don't want to see Pete naked. Not that there's anything problem with seeing Pete naked.
Stop digging.
Oh, you've only got me for another 4 days. It's great. Oh dear. Right, we're going to do a ridiculous offer now on silver colour findings. Okay. This is your quintessential must-have purchase of the whole show. Fact. Because categorically 100% here today, gone tomorrow. Who named that? Was it Pete? Right, first off, 50 pairs of silver plated, 925 sterling silver plated copper shepherd hooks, okay? Again, think outside the box and how you can use these to create your own chain, rosary links, etc. as well. Then you're going to get, let me just confirm this, 200 of each type of pin. 200 eye pins, which are 39mm with a 3mm eye, 200 of these, and 200 of the head pins with the flat head pins there, 43mm. 200 of each type. Jug. JUGC69. 100 pairs, 50 pairs, so 100 shepherd hooks, 200 eye pins, and 200 head pins. Do you want to see what that looks like? There you are, just a few. Now, this is an absolute must-have. We're going to do a trade offer. Trade show offer on these. We've been talking about craft fairs, how to help you make some more money, how to set yourself up as a business. Usually it'd be £17.75. We're going to do these for £8.95. Right, this is the bargain of the day for your findings must have. Danielle, Jackie, lots of anonymous people, Ella, Suze, £8.95. £8.95. You need this findings collection in your life, because if you've just started out as well, these are the findings that you use up all the time. So your rosary link chains, yes, you can get wire, but you can make your rosary link chains using these. You can make your own shepherd hooks. You can, you can just go to town. You can do wire work with these. Now, this will be a sellout offer. It's one of our best offers of the whole day. £8.95. As a jewellery maker myself, as somebody who used to buy 10 pairs for a few pounds, oh my word. Are you all right, Mark?
Just looking at the graphics.
Yeah. What's the matter? Is there a problem with the graphics? Am I being...
Well, it just says shepherd's hooks at £8.95, which I think is amazing, and you're giving,
oh, right, yeah.
and you're giving all of that for £8.95, which I think...
Yeah.
That's right, is it?
Yeah, 200 head pins and 200 eye pins as well. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's including, the here today, gone tomorrow includes silver-plated copper shepherd hooks, you see.
Gosh.
So yeah, if you've just tuned in, I can see your point there, Mark McCrame Smith.
Yeah.
You diamond geezer. What's the latest name people are giving you?
I don't think they are at the moment, really.
We had a time, you see, where Mark, we were going...
Oh, yeah. I got into so much trouble, didn't I? It was awful.
Why?
Well, because my mum was watching and I said I needed a stage name because my proper name was really boring.
And your mum told you off?
Well, it was a bit of a slap, wasn't it, really? But Lucy Nicholls is your real name, isn't it?
It is my real name.
That's not your stage name?
No.
So you've never had a stage name?
Yes, I did have a stage name.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I did, yeah. I'm not saying, it's my past life. I had to have a stage name because my name was taken, plus I hated my name. But my name was already taken by Equity. And when I was a performer in the West End, and you're a member of Equity, you can't have, no, you see, my past life, you can't have the same name as anybody else. Everybody has to have a different name.
Wow.
My stage name was, in fact, my real name, but double-barreled. Fascinating fact. That's going to obviously have sold out.
Oh my gosh.
But I hated my other name, so I'm quite grateful that I got married so I could change it. It's the only reason I married Drew, for his name. I am joking. Right, where to next? Oh, the Tanzanite. Should we do it now? Okay. I 1,000,000,000% recommend that you buy it because, my goodness, Tanzanite has never been as rare as it is today. Not so long ago, and this is a story that I've been saying recently because it's really important, not so long ago, Steve, who's one of the owners of the company, went directly to Tanzania, to the base of the mount where it's mined, the only place in the world where this amazing, beautiful hue of purple Tanzanite is mined. And there was no one at the mine other than the security guards. A few months previously, well, a couple of years previously, it was literally like, I referred to it as Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. It was a buzz of activity. There were people, there were miners there, there was security there, there were buyers there. It was this incredible place with high security. You went to all these, and it was literally manic stations there. It was so exciting. No one there but security. They are not mining at the moment, and for various different reasons. They need to go down even lower to find out if there's any more Tanzanite there. In doing so, your price of Tanzanite is escalating. Any that is discovered at the moment is so incredibly high price per carat compared to what we currently have in stock. Now remember, when we're buying the tanzanite, we bought it before this sort of panic stations buying and mining started taking place. It's going to be the most amazing opportunity. I've made no bones about it. I have seriously bulk bought my tanzanite gemstones. I'm holding on to them and I'm going to get them valued in the future. Why not? I can't guarantee what the price is going to be, but if you have a look at other trends of other gemstones that have happened throughout history that are now no longer available or incredibly rare, the price escalates all the time. It escalates. It's about amazing quality, it's about consistent colour, it's only been heat treated, so this colour is natural, it's just been enhanced and brought to life a bit more by taking it to an extraordinarily high temperature. This is beautiful tanzanite, and you've got to get it now, because this time next year I don't know if I'm going to be able to sit here and say I've got some tanzanite for you today. That's just the reality of what's happening. It's when I first started presenting tanzanite, when I first came into contact with tanzanite, was before I worked here. I first came into contact with it because, here's my life story, when I was working in the West End, when you are a jobbing actress, I also was working for a very major jewellers in London. Just occasionally I did a lot of their promotional events and would work occasionally in their store, a lot during the daytime, because when you get into the run of a show you tend to pick up other jobs because it gets quite boring, taking away the glamour of showbiz. And I came into contact with tanzanite for the first time, and it was really, really drilled into me at that particular jewellers that this is a once in a lifetime gemstone. This is a generational gemstone. This is a gemstone you buy in order to pass down. It's a gemstone that people were spending some serious money on. I would highly recommend that you get this valued. To say that we are competitive in the gemstone industry for the prices of gemstones is the biggest understatement, and that's going to be really proven to you tomorrow. Look at these, look at that colour. Is that, or is that not how you want your tanzanite to look? That richness of the violets and the lilacs and those intense purples coming through, flashes of pinks in there as well. 60 carats, UORU22. Now, they are marquee shape, but they're a drop of marquee shape. So they're not a flat marquise, they're a little bit more of a, I'd say they're almost a cross between a pear drop and a marquee shape. And they go from an 8x5 up to a 12x7. So this is an 18 centimetre strand. Obviously you've got spaces in between there as well, so I'll count up how many beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Approximately 17 on the strand. I can guarantee you're definitely getting 60 carats. So you guaranteed that it's going to be an approximate 17 gemstones. They are so collectible, each individually in their own right. And the exciting thing for us as jewellery makers is that they're drilled. They're ready to go for us. Now you can set these into rings, earrings, bracelets, pendants, whatever you want to do. Do you know what? Think about the design later. Buy it now, think later. You've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you change your mind, you send them back. Without a shadow of a doubt, I personally choose to use 925 sterling silver with tanzanite because it's one of the rarest gemstones that you'll ever get the chance to buy. Now here is the score as well. If we are able to get more tanzanite in the future, you will be seeing higher prices per carat, because that's just the way it is. That's the way that the coloured gemstone industry is going. Prices are going up and up and up from the mines. That's not from us, that's not from other suppliers, that's from the mine. Because they're getting so rare, to get it is becoming more of a mission, far more complex mining involved, and a much longer drawn out process to get it. It can take some people going mining and staying underground for days and days and days and days and days, because it takes that long down to get down to the mine and that long to get up again, that they're literally sleeping in the mine at different stages to get down there. And these miners who are working at tanzanite and at the tanzanite locations love, exciting about that. This isn't they're having to mine, and we're not talking about, we're talking about the most exciting gemstone to go and find. Have you ever seen any of Steve, who's one of the owners of the company, Steve Bennett, actually going underground to get it? It's exciting. I'd be really excited to do it if I wasn't claustrophobic and hate to be in underground, because I've been potholing it and caved in when I was 11, but here we go. Right, Cheryl and Pamela, do you know what? I've got people multi-buying on this, and people who buy regularly from us. You don't multi-buy on a gemstone that you haven't seen the price of and that you don't believe in the company, do you? Unless you really, sorry, you don't multi-buy on a gemstone that you haven't even seen the price of unless you believe in the company. We're going to do it for what? Are you actually absolutely bonkers, Helena? Now, what's going to come in on screen is not indicative of worth or value. I don't want you to think that this price is what this gemstone is worth. I want you to go and get it valued, because that is a jewellery maker price at $33.95 and you're getting approximately 17. Oh my word. And if gemstones are your thing, you just wait until tomorrow. I've got the Gemstone Connoisseur collection being launched. I literally feel like I need to come in a dicky bow. Seriously. 0800 644 655 UO What are you thinking, Mark McCramey Smith?
That was something completely different, something I've just thought of, that was all.
Okay.
Are you dressing up on Sunday?
Apparently so.
Okay.
I'm quite proud to say that I own a lot of my clothes are quite 80s. I already know what I'm going to put in my hair.
Okay.
I did used to make scrunchies. Scrunchies were my things before I made jewellery. Me and Kira Robinson on the playground. Bit of elastic, bit of scrap material. Scrunchie it up. Yeah, come on. That will be a side ponytail. Oh yeah, come on. 0800 644 655. Oh, 0800 644 655. $60 amazing carats of that breathtaking. It's 4:45. Do you know what? Coming up for you in just a moment, I'm going to do this shaded sapphire. What price are you going to do on it, Helena? Oh, might as well do it now. Oh my word, ridiculous, ridiculous. Now you've seen Mark's designs. Mark, could you please present to us your box earlier that you were stroking?
Oh, really? That wasn't private between you and me?
Oh, was it? If you've just tuned in and you've just heard that conversation, that was not how it was supposed to sound.
No.
No, go on, do your thing.
Oh, no, I'm not doing that.
No, well, tell us what, I don't know what's in it.
Okay. I'm a massive fan of Gems of Distinction.
And this is a gemstone strand of distinction.
It is. Anything with a tassel. That came out wrong as well, you know what I mean? And this is box number 2. This is Precious 2. I'll hold it up. Precious 2 of 5. And these are all the strands that I don't have the heart to cut up. So we've got things like green amethyst, and we've got emeralds, and we've got yellow quartz, and we've got green onyx, and we've got amazing citrine. I think that might be hessonite garnet. Is that
it looks it from here, yeah.
Hessonite garnet, and I've got moonstone, I've got tanzanite, peridot.
Have you ever had that box of gemstones valued, Mark?
No.
You need to walk around with an insurance policy.
But these are my precious boxes.
You probably shouldn't advertise the fact that you've got that on.
No, maybe I shouldn't. No.
Maybe we'll put that all in the vault for you tonight, so nobody tracks your car on the way home.
It's just beautiful.
So gemstone strands of distinction, they are gems which have got the wow factor, and these are amazing. Now, you know how we've just been talking about how red tanzanite is? Have you seen the price of coloured sapphire? It is going through the roof from source. Look at coloured gemstones from source. The price, we can't do anything about it. Our whole business model here at Jewellery Maker is that we remain to be the most competitive that we can possibly be. We are restricted by the prices that we have to buy from the mines at. And we bought from the mine on this one. From an African mine, which is an incredible place where, again, the owners of the company have got a direct rapport with the mine owners, which is why you get the price so low. And you get the price so low on these sapphires as well, because chances are bigger ones have also been bought and used to be set into gold and silver. Gold on the most part, I would expect with these. For Gems TV and Rocks TV and Gem Collector and The Lounge are other channels. So larger gemstones have also been sourced. So really, that's why this is so low, because the delicate, dinkier gemstones that can still be of size where we can drill them are going to be an amazing price for you. So what I'm saying is basically it's not relative to the rest of the jewellery industry, it's relative to our buying power, ridiculously low. Now Cheryl and Alison, I've got anonymous purchaser, just got 2 of these. Sheena, you're already all in. Obviously you've already shopped from us before, you know, have a look at this. It is breathtaking array of different hues. And can I confirm the treatment on these please, Helena? Right, I was just wanting to make sure. They are absolutely 100% natural. They are natural blue sapphires. Now if you want to up the value of your jewellery, you pop in 1 or 2 of these into a design and you say you've got natural shaded blue sapphire in there, and there is your money. Little something blue if you're doing bridal jewellery with a blue sapphire. Hello. September's birthstone. September's birthstone. I know exactly what Mark would do with that strand immediately as soon as he'd get it home. Would you shade it from light to dark, Mark? Or dark to light?
I'd just make earrings with that, as we showed earlier.
So just pop it, little clear quartz
in between
sapphire, clear quartz sapphire, and so 5 sapphires, and you'd sell them for £20.
Yep.
So 10 sapphires in total. You're going to be blown away, because how much under... Well, I'll tell you what. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's about 10 sapphires there. Okay. We'll say 10. This is so an approximate. 20, 30, 40, 50. This is really approximate. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, about 120 maybe? About 120? Quite a lot of pairs of earrings, isn't it really? 12. If you're going to sell 12 pairs of earrings at £20 a pair, we'll get it valued. This is going to be a sellout today. It'll be an absolute sellout. We've not got a great quantity of these left. Well done, Sharon. Hello, Mavis, Kate and Tanya and Lou and Veronica. And Ailsa, how are you, lovely? Again, we're not implying a worth or a value with it. It is not the price that you'd expect sapphire to be. That is not a sales pitch. It's an amazing price for sapphires. You can see it. If you want it, buy it knowing you're getting in a ridiculous bargain. Amazing, amazing. Well done, Hazel, Sebastian and Elaine, Wendy. Everybody check out your baskets. It is so stunning in its colour, so vibrant in its faceting, so exquisitely proportioned. The colour variation there, all for £24.95, it's bonkers. Now I did promise that we'd read another couple of texts out for questions for Mark before the end of the show. Should we go over to Mark? And we can say, oh my word, what are you doing number 15 for? What was your price on that? Number 15 on my left. How much are they? Now I want more of a bargain than that. What's your best bargain left? Are you actually bonkers? This peridot for £14.95, let's do it. Are you actually serious? Now, peridot is one of the gemstones, so it's really hard to get in any size other than about 1 millimetre at the moment, honestly. I think I've told a few of you about this before, so... Do you know what? I feel like I'm finally turning into myself. I've not been quite right all show. Right, finally wake up. A bit poorly. Oh my word. So as you're approaching many of the mines for peridot at the moment, you can actually see them from a distance. It's like glistening away. I think I was on a show and I was talking about this with you, Mark, wasn't I?
I think it sounds familiar, yeah.
Yeah, so literally from a distance, the mining region is actually quite mountainous. But you can see in quite a lot of the mining areas, because what's happening is peridot is coming out of the ground and they're just turfing it on top of the mountains. and you go, oh, look at this, I can just go and scoop it up. It's literally like grains of sand. Because it's so hard to get peridot anything larger than literally like gem art dust at the moment. Yeah. So to get them of this size, amazing. Remember, this is the luckiest gemstone of the gem zodiac, and it's also August birthstone. How beautiful are they? Oh, they're so vibrant. Right, really, really quick on these because we need to go and ask Mark loads of questions. Hello, Rosie and Mona and Susan. Going even lower. Good luck, folks. KB, RU 59. They really are going to $14.95 for those today. What a way to end the show. Add them onto your order. They are a gemstone strand of distinction, so you are going to be able to sell your jewellery knowing, look, it's natural. There's no treatment on this at the bottom of your screen. It's natural. Loads of you with this in your baskets. Make sure you're checking your baskets out. Really, really busy. It's going to get incredibly busy this evening because, hello, Eleanor, darling. How are you?
Oh.
I'm fine, thank you, darling.
I really miss Eleanor.
Mark misses you, Eleanor. She says she misses you too, and she's lying. I am joking. Hello.
You're right.
How's your chat?
Well, can you talk for about 30 seconds and I can finish this bracelet
let's get some more texts in. Yeah. Free phone number 0800 644 655. Peridot, make sure you're checking out your baskets. Well done, Kate. $14.95 on that is bonkers, isn't it? Bonkers. Get those babies valued. So we've had some questions from Mark throughout the show. How can you find out a carat of a gemstone? Do you weigh it? I'm new to this. Right, yeah, basically. All of our gemstones all of our gemstone strands come with all their information attached. Now you can have a certificate of authenticity that you can print out. If you want to know the actual carat weight of a gemstone though, it's best to take it down to your local jewellers. If you want an individual one, you can work it out an approximate though with your strand. Now with your gemstone, with your certificates of authenticity, you can print them out for free off the website, or you can also get a laminated card. They're only 50p each, and that 50p goes directly to our Colourful Life Foundation that we support here at Jewellery Maker. So yeah, best thing to do is print out your certificates of authenticity. Okie dokie. So moving on to another one.
Very short today.
And I haven't got my heels on. Oh. Hi Mark. How do you display your memory wire bracelets at fairs? Do you find memory wire necklaces to be a good seller? Do people buy them as a set? Jan, good questions there.
I haven't actually had very much luck with necklaces.
Of memory wire? Okay.
I don't think it seems to be strong enough, but I always put chains and extender things on the back. I might have to keep trying, I think. Just keep persevering.
And so when you're displaying the bracelets, they go just on the
flat.
table?
Yeah, absolutely. Great. Yeah, so if I've got a green section, all my green bracelets, so it's all colour coordinated, but they just go flat.
And sets of jewellery, do sets sell for you?
Really well. But again, you explain to the customer that you buy the necklace and the bracelet and you get the earrings free, or you buy the necklace and the earrings and we'll give you the bracelet. So because you're the boss, then you can
I think that's something that you need to really remember as well. Don't be afraid to. It's your business. Yeah. You're the boss. Yeah. Right, Mark, your challenge today, that amazing collection. I wasn't expecting you to have made anything. We've been gas bagging the whole show. Oh, wow. So tell us quickly what you've been up to.
Well, it's Rosary Link. I just couldn't not do Rosary Link. And beady
beads.
Yeah, so no, they're absolutely lovely, aren't they? And I didn't use any of that sort of minky, mushroomy colour pearl. I've still got all those left as well. So
minky mushroomy, yeah, they've been referred to as a lilac, but they are definitely a bit more. Yeah, but they've been definitely in that setting. They look a bit more of a minky colour. Yep. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So they were the calf shell, the blue quartz plain rounds, and the lilac shell pearl. And we've still got a few of those remaining. Free phone number 0800 644 655, and it's just £10.80 for the 4 strands. Stunning. Really stunning. And you've got the white shell in there as well. That isn't labelled at the bottom of your screen. You've got the white shell, those gorgeous carved shell. And if I show you around, there you go. You can see the earrings just there. So how much would they be on your stand? £5?
Yeah. 15 for the bracelet. 20, so gosh, yeah, so that's all.
great value then, £10.80, and you've got loads left. How much would the necklace be?
25.
Gorgeous. Isn't that gorgeous? Stunning. So when are you back with us, Mark?
I'm very excited actually. I'm back Sunday evening. We're doing a theme show for a late show.
And your theme is?
Myths and legends.
Myths and legends? Are you serious?
Well, I was going to do it with you, and I mentioned it to you a few weeks ago when you ignored me. So I thought, okay, I'll offer it to someone else. And Ali was quick on the uptake.
You?
Yeah, twice I mentioned it. I know. So we're doing it on the evening show. We haven't done a theme late show, so it's going to be really good.
I don't think I meant to ignore you, Mark.
No,
why was
right. I?
Did you mention it to me when I was? Did I have my earpiece in at the time?
No. Never mind. Ali and I are going to do it instead. You've got 80s.
80s with Gemma Crow Sunday morning. All I can say is I'm going to practice. It's all about the side pony. The 80s.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. Hang on.
So you, Gemma, are the only other ladies in on that morning? You could be Bananarama.
Oh my word, yeah. Or I could do with the banana
look
clip.
At that. Look, you looked amazing then. Tilted to the side. Yeah.
I should just walk around like this. Right, I'm just practicing my hair for Sunday's show. Also, tomorrow we have got the launch of the Gemstone Connoisseur collections. Honestly, see? Yeah. Leg warmers. I'm not going to wear my blue spangly lycra because I couldn't fit in it anymore, but I could do the shell suit. I'm going to 80s it up. Lovely. Right then. Thank you so much for joining us today, folks. Well, there's volume. Eleanor is coming up next. Mark, you've been an absolute legend.
Thank you.
We love you to bits. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll be back with you tomorrow morning. Don't go anywhere. Keep adding to your order with Eleanor this evening. Take care. Much love and see you tomorrow. Bye.
Hi jewellery makers, if you're a Freeview viewer, you can now continue to watch the show live by switching over to channel 64.